Okay, so we are back with our Astonishing Swordsmen and Sorcerers of Hyperborea campaign. We are currently in the Lemurian Remnant. It is the 21st day of the 10th month of the ninth year. It is quite warm today as the party awakens to the sun starting to come through the trees from their kind of hiding place outside the perimeter of this large ancient pyramid that you found. There's a heavy fog um, has fallen overnight, but it's almost 100 degrees already, and it's just morning has come, so you're damp from sweat, damp from fog. Your vision is cut down a bit as you're kind of gathered. Maybe whoever was on last watch is starting to wake people up as we come into the morning. So having we'll say it was Brickhild. So Brickhild's waking everybody up. The having kind of determined that you were going to head back, into this temple area to receive the letter from Curie today, you're probably would have at least some heavy heart at the death of Balky. Uh, I guess those of the more uh, strategic mind are thinking, well, thankfully Balky wasn't with us when we met the people at the temple, so they probably don't know that he's connected to us. But of course, you're not sure about that either at this point. And as you're kind of maybe making plans in the morning, um, you hear footsteps approaching very rapidly from the kind of down the path, from the opposite direction of where you had, the temple's north of you. From the south, coming down the path, you can hear these footsteps coming swiftly, and you hear what sounds to be the telltale sign of the fire of a repeating crossbow. Uh, the and you hear bolts hitting trees. Um, so we'll kind of circle around before we get into that, and everybody can tell us a little bit about their character, maybe how they're going to react to this, or how they feel about what happened last session, and we will go from there. So let's start with our bard. Nikki, tell us about your character and how's she doing today?
Well, at this point, she's pretty used to losing friends, but she is still very sad that she couldn't get to Balky in time. She did try to get to him to try to help before she knew he went berserk, of course. She probably still would have tried to help him. But she's feeling a little bit melancholy, just another person lost, but she is also thinking that there is something strange going on at the temple. And so you were right. She was suspicious about what was going on with Kaori. So that's what she's thinking this morning as she readies herself for the day. And this is Pinesta, the bard.
Well, of course, you got to fly on the flying carpet for the first time, which was pretty epic. So I suppose that's always a bonus.
That
um,
was a plus, yes.
yeah. Um, awesome. Moving on to Brickhild's not here, so Brickhild, the imposing Tony's character, will be guarding the camp this session because Tony's not here. So Rush, having stayed back at the camp meditating, your monk the last time. Estrella, tell us about her and what's going on with her.
Uh, so Australia would wake up, and you typically used to waking up early. Uh, she's stretching a little bit, trying to get the blood flowing, and she hears this commotion, and of course, immediately her instincts would tell her that that's not a good thing. She would, she spent her mind meditating. Um, while her friends had gone off before, um, the heat really starting to get to her. She's used to a much cooler climb, and even though she doesn't have to, a little embarrassed because even though she's not wearing the heavy armor that some of the others are, the heat is just really uh, just kind of had her dizzy. So she's got her wits about her, and of course she swings up to her sandaled feet and immediately tries to rouse the others, helping Brickhill rouse the others to the noise. Still not sure um, how they're going to want to handle it. Um, but she definitely did not have time to start to make her typical breakfasts that she likes to make for the group with her skill at cooking. Um, so that would be Australia Calamaris, uh, Monk of Apollo.
Excellent. Mike, how's Lackland doing this morning?
Lackland is confused, being the wonderful barbarian that he is from the fields of Vol. He has spent some time talking with Brighild tonight, a childhood friend that he grew up with. He's confused by this whole thing of these different gods. And, he was pretty sure Rel said he could do whatever he wanted. And then Grom just doesn't seem to care. And now we got Yigs running around that just seem to crucify people willy-nilly. And 1 minute we're killing pirates and next we're not killing pirates, and just wishing that life was more black and white. He has decided to perhaps not be so bold and kind of take clues from other people instead of following his own heart right now. And so when Brighild and that is, since he had a restless night of thinking, he's a little groggy getting up. But if there is a call to action, the first thing he will grab is one of his hand axes. And if he has time, he will string his bow.
Excellent. And rounding out the party is our Sorka. Tell us about Sorka, Crystal.
Sorka is a Celtic druid. She is very much enjoying her time here. I mean, well, it's sort of a mixed bag. There's been a lot more killing than she kind of was hoping for. She really has been enjoying, though, all of the new wildlife and plant life that is just so strange and foreign to her. Things that she has just never seen before. These terror birds and these gooseberries that they have been eating. Well, most of them. And so there's sort of a mixed bag with her. But either way, she is getting up and she's praying to the spirits and like basking in the sunlight and sort of like just allowing the breeze to flow around her and like gliding her hand along the little bit of dirt on the ground and stuff as she prepares her spells for the day, asking the spirits of this land to provide her with the the magic she will need to see through the task of this day to help both herself and her companions. And as she kind of gets up, sort of looks like she's almost doing yoga a bit. As she stretches, she turns to the rest of the group, and she's about to say something when suddenly she hears crossfire from the woods.
Excellent. Speaking of that, so we cut to a man, I guess, right? Running up the path. Probably not a coward, but unlike the berserker, right? But being chased by multiple foes, you're being smart and retreating. At this moment, there are currently 3 men with long spears, and a man who has fallen back slightly because he had to stop to shoot the bow with a crossbow, a repeating crossbow. They've been. You had thought you had avoided them, or maybe you avoided a different group when you were kind of moving along, following a trail, and you kind of once again encountered Well, you can tell us what your history with these guys have been, Young, as you tell us about your new character, Tuluk. Tuluk.
So Tulok is a Eskimo ranger. He has come to the region seeking riches and adventure along with his party, but upon sailing to this particular island, much like the group over here, he has been beset by a party of pirates. They have completely, destroyed his entire party, killed everyone, and Tulok was the sole survivor. He's been shipwrecked here for a couple of days or so, and he has been trying to avoid them because they know that there was one survivor from the party. So he's been evading them using his know-how as a wilderness survivor. He originally hails from the frigid tundra known as the Plain of Leng, and so that's how he was able to survive thus far. He's about 5'10" in height. He weighs about 160 pounds. His hair is black, eyes are black, and he wears these leather armor studded with like elephant bones, which he's kept, which keeps him safe. But it's all salty and nasty. It's very uncomfortable for him right now. In any regards, he always wears this headgear that has two slits. They're actually Eskimo snow goggles made out of carved cedar, and he's never far away from them. So, yeah, he's there. He's carrying his arrows, and he was able to salvage what weapons that his fellows were carrying, which is a two-handed sword, and he grabbed what he could. And so far, he was doing all right when some of these pirates spotted his track, and him being a very alert fella, he started running. They spotted him, and he's using his ability as a ranger to traverse the overgrowth, and he's parkouring through the forest right now in order to dodge these people from, capturing him or killing him. So he jumps out of the overgrowth and he rolls on the ground, and finding the party and the camp, he's got his hands up because he's afraid that these guys might like shoot at him or something like that, and he's in this foreign land, and he says, "Lo, if you're not pirates, ready yourselves. Pirates are headed this way." And that's my character, Tulok.
Nice. Okay, so at that, this clearly not a Lemurian, man comes rolling in with this announcement to the party. So you can hear footsteps running, and probably you can hear them kind of coordinating. I know Pinesta is very fluent in the language. You hear one of them say, circle around, he's in those bushes." And you can hear footsteps started kind of like they're kind of making an arc around you. So I'm just going to go down the line and see if anybody wants to do anything in particular. Pinesta, what do you think?
I think. Oh, I don't know. I would probably just ready myself, like get ready, pull my sword.
Okay, you're going to draw open.
Yep.
How about, okay, Breakhill's going to put her spear up. How about Straya?
So after the gentleman runs up to the camp and talks about pirates and shooting of bows and whatnot, she kind of looks down at her own bow briefly, and then instead takes a few steps forward to get in front of the party and just kind of assumes a fighting stance, waiting for them to come through and where they can actually be seen.
Nice. How about Lachlan? What's Lachlan thinking of this?
Lachlan is knocking an arrow, and he's going to move to a firing position. And at the same time, he's trying to be quiet, but he's going, so are we killing these guys or not? Are these killing pirates?
Nice. Okay. Sork, what's your plan?
Sorka is gonna pull like quickly place her quarterstaff in the back and pull her short bow. And as she is like getting ready to knock an arrow herself, she'll say, "These are killing pirates."
Okay. All right. Yeah, they're gonna come bursting through. I mean, they don't expect that you're all there. They just think there's one man. So you'll three of these guys will enter into the range. I guess because most of you are using bows, except for I guess except Australia. Yeah. So you can. Oh, I know. Pedestal also has a sword. So the two that have bows, you guys can ready shooter. So you see three guys with long spears bust in. So you can each take a shot at out of initiative as they crush into the camp. Lachlan and Sorka. And I don't know if you have your bow out or your sword out there, Young. If you had your bow out, then you could also take a shot.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, yeah. So you three can each take a free shot. So go ahead. I'm just going to go in order to make it more organized for me. So go ahead, Mike, and make a shot at one of these guys.
Hits to -6.
That hits, surprisingly. Some damage.
That was a natural 20. So
Nice. Oh, it's a crit. Okay.
yeah, it's a crit.
Okay, roll me some damage. We'll do the crit as well, if need be.
Let's see.
Holy crap. Okay.
I gotta get the right glasses. Here we go.
Oh, no, hold on. No, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
I'm looking at the wrong thing. There we go.
There you go.
That is 11 points.
Okay, that kills him. I mean, it's a crit, but we don't need to worry about it. It's going to do double or extra damage, but that's more than enough to kill one.
The
Actually,
arrow
you know what?
passes through him.
Yeah, okay, you know what? Okay, yeah. Go ahead and roll a d6. And if you get a 5 or a 6, I'll say the arrow went through him and hits another guy as well.
Oh, 5.
All right, so, all right. And how much damage was it? 11?
Yes.
So, all right. Oh, yeah, that's it. Okay, that kills 2 of them. Yeah, two. You kill the guy with the crossbow as well. So the guy runs out with the spear. You shoot an arrow through him, and it keeps going. And the guy with the crossbow enters the field and gets shot in the chest and drops as well. Okay, nice. Tulak. Young. I'll get your name eventually.
Yep. I see. I think I hit AC 2.
Oh yeah, you did. Okay, AC2. That hits. Do some damage.
I do 5 points of damage.
Oh, that's enough too. Yeah, you kill a guy as well. And finally, we got Sorka.
Sorka is so impressed by the shot that Lachlan just pulled off. She like shoots the ground, but she shoots her arrow really deeply into the ground.
Nice. Okay. Right, so that's round 0, or I should say phase 0, because you guys ready shooter. Yeah, there's only one guy with a spear left. So let's get intentions. Panesta, what's your plan with this one guy with the spear?
I'll attack him.
Okay. How about Estrella?
Well, she's there in her fighting stance, ready for them to start firing arrows at the party. And as she watched one after another one suddenly drop, and there's only one left, she's like, okay. And so she just springs forward after the one guy who's left.
All right, you're going to attack him as well?
Yeah.
All right. Lachlan? What's your plan? Do you want to try to shoot an arrow into this potential melee that's
yes.
Nesta and okay. How about you,
I'm an excellent shot.
How about Tulak?
Yeah, Tulak's gonna shoot an arrow as well.
Okay. And Sorka? Who is not an excellent shot.
The melee is the only one I see.
There's only one guy with a large spear that ran into the group, and his eyes open up wide as his 3 companions drop.
Sorka is just gonna like pull her bow back, like just pull the arrow, and she's gonna say, "Drop it."
Okay, so you're gonna. Okay, we'll see if he goes first or not. All right, let's roll initiative. Go Go ahead, Nikki. You can roll it since you're first. You got 2.
We got a 4.
All right, you go on first. Panesta with the sword. Go for it.
Panesta with the sword. All right. Man, her heart's not in it, I guess. She rolled a 4.
No, that's probably not going to hit. How about okay. Sorry, Estrella, not Archaea. That's a different person. Go ahead and make your melee attack.
She runs up for some fisticuffs. I roll an 11, which I don't think is going to be good enough. Well, I hit its armor class 4.
That's good enough.
Okay, shit.
You got.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are high level.
Yeah, I keep forgetting that. I'm not used to being this high. So, is there such a thing as subdual damage in this one?
Yeah, I mean, if you say you want to knock him out, you can do that with since you're hitting
Yeah,
with the
I want to
fist.
try and I'm hoping that I can like come up to him and just throw a hook and deliver like a temple shot.
Yeah, I
and
mean,
just
you're a monk.
knock his lights out instead of killing him. So that will be 8 points of damage.
Oh yeah, that. Okay, yeah, he's unconscious. Yeah, I think what I'm going to do in the future, because I don't think there's a rule for this, I probably should look it up because it came up last time, is I'm going to do what Sword and Wizardry does, which is if you want to do subdual, you still automatically do half the damage as real damage, because it's really hard to know how much you're going to pull back,
Yeah.
But I didn't say that this time, so you don't kill him. Vanessa swings a sword and he like moves out of the way with the spear, and you just go, wow, and you chop him or hit him or however you want to do it, and he drops.
The temple is a very sensitive spot, so I'm just going to pretend like while he jumped to the side, I was just like right in the temple.
Yeah.
And so knocked him out cold in case we want to question him.
Yeah, he drops. He drops flat, and then I guess everybody else, I mean, you guys are all trained warriors, so you're good enough to not shoot an arrow. You, I guess, don't shoot.
And then Sorka
Unless you
goes,
wanna shoot
drop
him."
it. Wait, what? What's happening?
I mean, unless Lachlan or Tulip wants to shoot the guy after he got hit in the head.
Estrella just looks over at the young lady and she said, well, you said drop it, so
Nice.
I dropped it.
Yeah, so this guy is unconscious. And you have a strange, yet not Lemurian person in your party all of a sudden. Who I assume will tell the story about the pirates.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah, Tulok, seeing the pirate drop, he gets up from the ground because he was kneeling as he was shooting his arrow, and he walks up there and says, "Is he dead?"
No, but he's probably going to wake up with a nasty headache.
Well,
Um,
I question the wisdom of letting a pirate live, but if you want to let him live, that's up to you.
well, I don't know him any more than I know you.
Name's Tulok. As you can see, he's actually speaking in Hyperborean, common dialect. He notices that you guys are all, Hyperborean or, from that region. So he's speaking as if he's seeing some stranger in Cromarium. So he says, you're foreigners, like I am. I take it that you came down here to seek some treasure and adventure like myself and my party?
That's correct. I'm Panista. Who are you?
As I said, I am Tulok. I'm a ranger from the tundra regions of sorry, Plain of Lag.
Oh,
Originally, but I spent some time in Cromarium, and that's where I grew up and joined up with my party to come down here, seeking much the same.
Oh,
well,
you may not to interrupt. You may actually know Panesta because she's a pretty well known. Know of her, anyways. Go make a test of intelligence.
Okay, here we go. I'm just gonna roll physically.
Just roll a
I roll-
d6.
I roll 5, and my intelligence is 11.
No, you don't recognize her.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
well, I'm also from Camarium Tulak.
Ah, that's good. Well, I mean, I could tell from your dialect I was able to instantly recognize that you're probably not one of these pirate folks. And he points at the dead pirates on the ground. And he says, "So, well, good to meet you. These Cretan, bastards slaughtered all my friends, and they've been hounding at me for the past 2 days or so."
Sorka is going to say, oh, well, that sucks. Hey, Lachlan, could you tie that unconscious guy up before he wakes up and runs away?
I was actually going to say I was going to do that, but that was better.
Sitting there with a battle axe in one head, ready to take the head of one of the dead pirates. And he goes, "Yeah, I suppose this could wait." And I bury the axe in his neck, and I'll go and find a portion of rope. And
Tulok's eyes like widen as he sees that, and his eyes trail over to the pike, the pole with all these heads stuck on it. And he looks a little bit horrified and looks at the rest of you and says, "You're not headhunters, are you?"
Well, we aren't, but she kind of shrugs and motions her hands toward Lachlan and goes, and like tries to talk very lowly. She goes, "Barbarians."
I gotcha.
I mean, we are going to get 20 gold ahead, so we're kind of headhunters.
Well, so long as it's not my head up there on the pike, I'm okay with that.
Are you a
Well,
pirate?
No, I've been running from pirate for the past 2 days.
Then
And
you don't have to worry about your head.
I suppose you're right.
Hmm.
You saved my life back there. I don't think I could have taken out all these 4 pirates all on my own. I'm at your service.
Neat. I'm Sorka.
Well
That's
met.
Lachlan.
he waves with an axe.
He swallows hard. You can hear him go, "Oop."
Lachlan's like, "Hi."
Believe you've met the other two.
Yeah. Thank
This
you.
is our party.
Well,
Right.
Oh,
would
and then
you-
there's Soto, and she kind of kind of hand motions to the two like sailors that are standing over there, like completely useless.
He says, "Well, I'm
Useless.
used to surviving on my own. It's something that I've been doing ever since I was a kid. But in these lands, I'm completely unfamiliar with things that are around here. And there are all these gigantic lizards everywhere. Might I join your party? I mean, just for a little while, if you'd let me."
I say it doesn't sound like surviving on your own is working out for you so great.
Yeah, that's for
Yeah.
sure.
Did you run into those big birds yet?
I've seen them. I stayed hidden.
Those are fun too.
I found that getting these leaves and covering myself in camouflage worked fantastic.
No.
Mm.
Still,
Man, I wish someone had suggested that idea in our group. Geez, I wonder why we never thought of that.
still being as of this particular moment, still being the newest member of the party. Australia just kind of looks at Panesta and the other two and just kind of, and then glances at him and then glances back and then just kind of shrugs her shoulders like, kind of gives like a why not shrug.
We could always use the help.
Yeah, I mean, clearly looking at it, you know that you've seen his people, some of the Eskimo people in Cromarium before. So, yeah, it's not very odd to have him in the party, I guess.
Yeah. Also, you can make another test of your intelligence to see if you can how much of this Lemurian language you may have picked up, like in your journey here. So yeah.
15.
No, roll d6.
Oh, all these 6.
Yeah. Yeah, if you roll a 15, that's terrible.
Like, we're surprised you even speak common at this point.
Yeah, you got 2 and 6 chance to be a master of it. So.
All right, I got 1, 6, and 6. So that puts it to 13.
You just roll
Oh, no.
1d6.
Just 1d6.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just a test. Yeah, no, it's okay. Sorry. Just roll 1d6. It's like
For some reason, I heard 3d6. There you go.
Yeah, I might have said that.
All right. I got 1.
A 1. Oh yeah, you actually on your trip over here, were maybe you had a somebody who was fluent in the language with you, one of the sailors, and they taught you pretty well. So your character is effectively fluent in Lemurian, so you can actually speak the language. Both you and Penistro, I think, are both completely fluent.
Nice.
So that will come in handy. So just make a note of that, and you can speak Lemurian perfectly. So whether maybe you knew it before, who knows? Since you're a brand new character, you might have just known it. But yeah. In any case, yeah. So you guys have handled these pirates, and maybe you've talked a bit, and told the story, some stories of how you got here, things that you've encountered. So that basically, since obviously Young knows, so his character can know things. I'm assuming you fill him in on all the stuff that your suspicions at the temple, and such. Or maybe not. I don't know. You told me.
Well, one thing Sorka will do first, she will go to Tulok and she will say, "How long has it been since you've eaten?"
Well, it's been about half a day or so. I hunt my own game, and there are a lot of fish and small animals nearby, so it's not difficult to find food here.
Good, I guess. Have you tried these good berries? Pretty good.
Oh,
We call them gooseberries. Good berries. I call it good berry. We call them gooseberries.
he opens his hand and takes some and smells them and says, "They smell pretty good. I'll save them for later."
She does not give him a magical one though, because he's eaten. If you hadn't eaten recently, I was going to give you a magical one.
Nice. You look in his bag and you see that the last thing he ate was a monkey.
Nice.
You feel some kind of
He pulls out a monkey's arm and says, "These animals, they're very tasty. You ought to try them. Just the fur, you got to take out the fur, but they're fantastic."
No thanks.
And he stuffs them back in there.
And so Sorka having been a monkey yesterday, it's probably a little bit.
Yeah, once you kind of become an animal, it's kind of like it's one of those revelations of like, I really should be vegan.
All right. So yeah, what do you guys want to do? So you're gathered up. The 2 sailors who, I guess you talking smack about them behind their backs and they're useless, but who got you here are gonna stay at camp with the heads and as well as Brighild, because like I said, Tony's not here. But what do you guys want to do? Do you want to do any more exploration around this temple, or do you want to move the camp, or what would you like to do?
I need to go get the letter.
Yes, we need to go get the letter. And since Panesta and I were the only ones to go in there yesterday, I think it would make sense if just she and I went in again today.
Okay. If everybody else is okay with that.
Yeah. Are you sure you want to just go by yourself, or?
Lachlan will go to the rice paddies and kind of hang out there and keep an eye on things from a distance.
All right, you're gonna sneak
Yeah.
over there. All right, it's pretty foggy. I don't think it'll really be an issue. I mean, you're a barbarian and all that. You're not wearing any armor. Yeah, last time Brighild, Panesta, and Sorka went, but obviously I'm not gonna send Brighild because she's Tony's character. Tony's not here. But yeah, it's up to you if you want to take anybody else. If not, then yep, go ahead.
I'd take you with us, but I'm afraid they'd be suspicious with new people, Estrella and Tulak.
Oh no, that's fine.
Well, I'm new to the situation, so I'll do what your party needs to do. So you want me to stay back here along with the rest of the folks?
Yeah, we'll
Sure,
see.
unless you want to try to watch with Lachlan.
It's a pretty dense fog. You think you could get up fairly close if you remember. I mean, players, if you remember, not every character was there. But there is walls and stuff around, so you could get pretty close and be hidden, in the fog. Even if you don't have like a specific hide skill, if you try to penetrate the perimeter, then that'll be different. But if you move closer, you'll be fine. If you want to
Australia
do
is
that.
basically just like I'll stay, and someone's got to keep an eye on Mr. Sleepyhead here. So
Oh, that's true. Yeah, all right.
I will do that.
Okay. So Stray's going to stay back with the captive. Lachlan's going to move up to the rice paddy area and watch. How about Tulak?
Yeah, Tulak's gonna be nearby Lachlan.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again,
They'll
ranger.
move
I don't
as
think
a
Yeah.
move as a team, I guess.
Yeah, you guys should be able to move through that fairly easily. You're just wearing like a studded armor, right? Nothing heavy, so you can move through the fog and the foliage without making too much noise. And I guess Sorka and Panestra are going to move down the main road back into the what is the monastery grounds.
Yes.
Yeah, and as we're walking on that road, and like the group is kind of broken up, Sorka's gonna say, "Do you think Australia is gonna have killed that guy by the time we get back, or?"
No, she doesn't seem to kill that indiscriminately. If he's unconscious and tied up, she'll probably wait.
All right, put a gold piece on it.
Sure. We can put a gold piece on it.
Sorka will shake Panesta's hand.
Nice. Yes, you guys make your way to that road. With the fog, your visibility is only about 20 or so feet in front of you. It's very, very thick, heavy fog. But you kind of know where the road is. And once you're out in that kind of the field, you break through the foliage and you're kind of walking out in the field. It feels kind of eerie because you're in an open space, but you can't see anything around you. But eventually you see the road under your feet start to look more well formed, and you actually start to hear the sound of kind of muffled voices and the sound of like digging and stone being moved. And after a minute or so, you come upon that group of men that was working to repair the road that you saw yesterday. They see, of course, as soon as you get kind of relatively close and they can hear you as well, you hear them stop. And when you get like close enough to be visible with them, you can see that they've raised their shovels and picks and stuff up in a defensive manner. But then when they see you, they kind of like nod and then go back to what they were doing. Assuming you go past them, you eventually get to the wall, right? N2, which is the big open wall area, and enter into the grounds. By then, the others. So you guys that are moving to the rice paddies, you can only see maybe like 20, 30 feet in front of you. So you're over there at the edge of the rice paddies, but you can't really see into the camp. You can hear pretty well, of course, but you can't really see much that's going on. But of course, you're closer if they need any help. And you penetrate the area again, and when you do, a couple people who had seen you yesterday, look, once you get in there, the range of them, they kind of do like a nod for greeting, and one of them you see starts walking rapidly towards the main temple area, which you can still kind of see because it's foggy, but it's like the fog only reaches up like 6-7 feet, like it's above your head, but it's not. When you look up, you can still see the temple up there, the pyramid it would be. So do you want to address any of these people, or do you want to? Where are you going once you enter the grounds?
I'm
That would
gonna
stop
go
you, I guess
to
what I'm saying.
I'm gonna go to the hut, Kaori's dwelling.
Oh, you're just gonna go straight there? Okay.
And I will follow her. And I do have my quarterstaff out now, but I'm just walking with it like a staff, basically.
Yeah, they won't let us
Okay.
wander around with our weapons. I'm not gonna give up my weapons, so I'm gonna go straight to the hut.
Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, you get there, and you actually see she's outside the hut with a she's got that big pot, like the stone pot that she had last time. She seems to be stoking the pretty much as you saw her last time. She seems to be like cooking or preparing something. She's not really paying much attention till you get pretty close to her, I guess. Then you get that she gets that sense like when somebody's looking at her, and she looks up and she sees you. Roll D4 for me there, crystal.
Since you asked so nicely, 2.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, she looks at you and she kind of squints for a second to make sure that she recognizes like you or whatever. I mean, she kind of looks, and then she says, "Oh, you came back." In Lemurian, which I don't think Sorka understands, right? So, but Vanessa does.
Sorka does, but she's pretending she doesn't.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so she says, "Oh, you came back."
I said I would. Do you have the letter?
Oh, that's excellent. Yeah, yes. Mojen wrote up a letter to send with you for my father.
Oh, he
Just-
wrote the letter.
Yeah, she's kind of looking around a little bit. Well, yes, I am his woman, of course. That's how it's done.
I see. Do you
And she's
have the
kind of
letter?
like looking around. No. He has it. Did you speak with the layman? Layman, I guess that would be because of one.
You're the first person I've spoken to in this camp so far today.
Hello.
Oh. Well, they're calling. You could hear the layman calling. They're calling. Okay. She looks. She kind of stops for a second. Then she says,
Yeah, I'll lean in. Yeah.
and she says, "Mojen has changed. He's. I can't say he's keeping everyone here. Well, but he's fallen. Mm, entranced by this priest. They're converting us and to stay to worship this god Yig. And those who blaspheme. And then she kind of sits back, and you see two of the monks, the lay brothers, as they're called, come forward with their they get their staffs. And they say you recognize him from yesterday. And he says, "Oh, you must be lost in the fog. Why did you not report in
Report in.
that you have entered our grounds? Again, carrying weapons, even though we are peaceful, and requested that you do not do that then."
I just came to get the letter to take back to the headman in Jamon Ket.
Right. We understand that you are foreign, but these are our beliefs and our ways of being. You cannot just do as you like here.
I apologize. I just came to get the letter.
Oh, yes. The letter. Stay here.
Mojen. Yeah. Go
Is
get me the
this
letter.
is this guy by himself?
No, it's two of them.
No.
Okay.
He says, "Stay here. I will get you the letter." And then he kind of like side eyes the other guy that's with him, who stays kind of looking at you, and then he turns and walks off into the fog.
Okay.
And the other guy's just kind of, he's got his stick and he's just kind of looking at you, like kind of just, he's not really saying much unless you say them to him, I guess.
Good day for worshiping Yig.
Of course, Yig is all powerful and gives us life and death.
That is his domain.
That's correct.
Sorka is gonna look at Panesta in common, and she's gonna try to act like she doesn't understand what's going on, kind of like using hand gestures exaggeratedly. And she's gonna say, I have charm person or beast prepared. Should I maybe try that on this guy, or what do you think?
Not yet.
Go ahead and roll a d6 for me there, Crystal.
All right. Since you asked so nicely. 3.
Okay, let me check something. Interesting. Oh, I didn't mean to interrupt. Go ahead.
I mean, we both know this guy doesn't speak common, so me speaking common to you is perfectly safe and nothing could possibly go wrong.
If you want to use your charm person, you can.
Yeah, I just don't want to waste it on this guy. I'd much rather use it on that other guy, to be honest. But
Yeah.
we'd have to get this one away first. Oh well. We'll see how things go.
Yeah, he's just kind of looking at you. He doesn't seem to be overly concerned about the two of you, even though you are pretty heavily armed, and he's not. Well, he has a staff, I guess. At this point, Curie has gone back to what she was doing. She kind of has her head down low, and she's doing the cooking thing.
So how long have you been here? Can make small talk with this guy.
Oh, that's a very good question, actually. Well, we have been here for months now. We came from across the sea, drawn by the power of Yig to rebuild the glory of this monastery.
Did you come? Excuse me. Did you come with the high priest then?
Yes, it is quite an honor to come with the high priest Clang.
Oh,
Yes.
and
He
he's
is
the one.
taught-
He's probably the one who told you that it was Yig was drawing you here. Yes.
Yes, of course. That's why he's the high priest. He has a connection with the avatar of Yig. He speaks to the avatar within the pyramid. You could worship with us, but you would need to put down your arms and join our brotherhood, as it would be.
Well.
You don't have to shave your head. It's optional, but I do recommend it.
Oh, I've already done that. Not a good look for me. So, and I have business elsewhere. I'm just waiting for the letter.
Very well. Go ahead and roll a d6.
Okay.
Nikki, yeah.
Me? All right.
Yep.
Oh God, 6.
Oh, okay. You're having this conversation and you hear like some movement on the ground. You look down because they do not surprise you as you see. Okay, hold on. 4, like snakes, kind of sliding towards your feet. What would you like to do? I guess it didn't surprise any of you, so you also see them, Sorka. They're
Spell.
Okay.
Can I tell
How
what
about-
they are? Are they poison venomous?
Would you know that? Maybe. Sure. Make a test of intelligence. I'll say that. I mean, they're not from. You're not from this area, so I mean, I'm going to say it's going to be a difficult. So 2 and 6, but you can add
Okay.
any intelligence modifier.
No.
Yeah, you don't know. They're not snakes you've ever seen before. Of course, Sorka would be able to tell.
Sorka has learned her lesson about trying to identify the animals first. Sorka's casting a spell.
Okay. Yeah.
Sorka is casting befriend animals.
Okay. What's Vanessa want to do?
She's gonna back up and she's gonna kind of grab that guy by the collar and be like, "Is this some sort of trick?"
You're going to grab the guy. Okay. All right. So let's roll initiative.
Just
against the
gently,
snakes.
yeah.
Go ahead and roll initiative there.
Okay,
The snake's got a 4.
I got a 6.
All right, yeah. You step forward, you grab the guy. And his eyes are like big. He's like, He's like, no, be careful. They're quite venomous.
Oh,
And you're casting a spell, right?
Yes. Befriend animals. They must
Okay.
do a saving throw versus sorcery, and if they're aggressive, they get a +2. If they
Okay.
fail, they're mesmerized, and they follow
Nice.
me to the best of their ability. Oh, and it affects 1 HD per CA, and my CA is 5.
Oh yeah, no, they're not. They're not a lot of. They're just regular little normal snakes. Where does our save? Okay. They does not seem to work.
Okay.
Yeah, unfortunately, and they're gonna move forward and try to bite you.
Nice. Okay.
Well, all of you, including the monk.
I have
a
a quarterstaff, so if I grab it with my second hand, I get a +1 armor class.
Okay, but that'll happen. They're attacking you. That you have to do that next
Okay.
round. Because
Alright,
you need
okay.
both heads with what you're casting, right? All right, so one snake against Panesta. Rolls a 4 and misses. Snake against Sorka. Rolls a 3 and misses. While these dice are not. One snake against the monk. Rolls a 9. Okay, they're terrible. Maybe they're afraid because maybe your spell did something to throw them off, or because of your sudden movement, Panesta. But they all kind of like and they like try to make bites at you, and they all miss by a mile. Not even close. So yeah, what do you guys want to do? So these snakes are kind of they've kind of attacked and then they kind of pull back. You can see that they are they're not giant snakes or anything. They're just like about 3 or 4 feet long. They do have like the hood that opens up a little bit.
Can you show me where we're at on the map?
Sure. They're like right here.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for another spell.
Okay. How about Panesta?
melee.
Okay. Yeah. Did you let go of this guy?
Yeah, I let go of him. Once I,
Oh yeah. He
once I'm
grabs
sure
his
he-
staff.
yeah.
Yeah. He grabs his staff too, and looks like he's about to try to swat one of these things away. All right. Go ahead. Roll initiative again. They got a 6.
Okay. Oh, 1 this time.
Oh man, okay, so 6 is gonna go first. One after Panesta. Ooh, 14. That might hit you actually. 14 is hitting armor class 5. Does that hit you?
Yes.
Ooh. Uh-oh. Mm. The damage is 1 point.
Okay.
However, I'm looking for the snake now. Where are you? Once per day? Twice per day? Okay. Saving throw versus poison.
Okay. Let's see. Okay.
You want to make
Oh,
that?
yeah, 16. Yep.
Okay,
That's a-
good. You'll still take damage, unfortunately, because this is a pretty venomous snake. You're gonna take 8 points of damage.
Okay.
You have a terrible blood burning sensation. Fortunately for you, that was its one time that it can do poison. Against Sorka. Oh no! That's a critical fail. Yeah, the snake critically failed when it tried to bite you.
Please let it bite itself. Please let it bite itself.
Well, roll a d12 and see what happens.
Okay. 1 second. D12. 9.
Trip fall. Okay, so it just misses. It just like
Okay.
it like does one of those things. The snakes like it jumps out. It like literally goes past you. And then finally, ooh, it's gonna hit the monk. He's gonna make his saving throw. You know what? Just to make it more interesting, go ahead and make the saving throw for him, Nikki. That way you can be
Okay.
responsible for the poor monk. Poor
Thanks.
innocent monk. What'd you get?
Ooh, 3.
I'm gonna say I don't have to look that up. Yeah, the snake he grabs his staff to try to get away with the snake, and it jumps up and actually bites him on the hand. And he screams, grabs his hand, and he falls to his knees. and then onto his side, and you can see like foam come out of his mouth. And the snake, of course, takes off because that's what snakes do. But you guys will get your attacks and stuff. So go ahead and melee. So Panesta, there's one on you that bit you.
Yep. I'm gonna try to chop his head off with my sword.
All right. Let's see how quickly this guy dies, actually.
Oh, that hits armor class 0.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And do damage. Nope. Sorry. Drop my dice. Plus 11 points.
Oh, wow. Yeah. You chopped the head off this one. And go ahead, Crystal. You were doing a spell again, right?
Yes. You said we're here, like down at N5. How
you're like
how
right
big
here.
are how big are these blocks?
40 feet.
And we're at N3 then.
No, not in 3. You're right here next to 5.
Oh, okay.
You're in the
Okay,
building just south of the large building that's right there.
All right, and they're 40 feet each. That's not quite enough for my spell.
You're literally right here. I'm going to put you exactly where you are. You're right there. That's
Okay,
right.
cool. All right, awesome. Okay. Okay, then on this hut, I'm just gonna hope this is big enough. I'm casting light on that hut, and I'm gonna hope that the people in the rice fields will get that tent being randomly lit up as a sign, like we're under attack.
You can't see that hut because you only have about a 20-foot visibility because of the fog.
Okay, what if I cast it on this hut, the big one, the one
That
in the
hut should
middle
do
right
so.
there?
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna hope that they can see the illumination of it randomly, and that they will take that as like, yeah, they're under attack.
Okay. Awesome. You do that.
It does like
I
a
guess-
30-foot radius, but I don't know
Yeah.
like how.
Well, it's not brighter than daylight, right? And it's the middle of the day. So I'm not sure they'd see it. We'll give a small chance. You guys can roll a d6 out there. Give you a 1 in 6 chance of seeing it. You are alert. That would be
3.
Lachlan. And
Tulak.
Tulak, yeah. Good, roll d6s, and if you get a 1, then you see this thing light up.
I'm
Well, you
polishing
notice
my
light.
bow.
1.
Yeah, you see like a bright light in the kind of inside. You could probably even point it out to Lachlan, but it's really hard to distinguish against the daylight. But you definitely see that you saw like it seems like it's brighter than it should be in that spot.
Tulak nudges Lachlan, and he says, "Did you see that? I see something bright. It seems like some sort of a spark of flash."
You saw something bright?
Yeah, there was a flash inside.
Oh. Sounds like sorcery to me.
You think they're in trouble?
Oh, that could be it. Yeah, let's go check that out. We should probably check that out. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so you guys are going to make a move next round. So as the round kind of ends, before we go into the next round, you from kind of the side of the hut, you see a much older man. He's got actually like a rake in his hand, like that they would use in the fields. And he comes kind of like running, but he's old, so he's kind of like, well, he's not super old, he's like 50. So he comes running in, and he's like, watch out, and he starts like raking across the ground, and the snakes kind of scatter. And he looks at the man on the ground. I'm trying to see how long it takes before the guy dies. Hold on. That's what I was to check on. I don't know if he's dead already. Save or die at once. Oh, nope. Okay, yeah. So he drops. That guy's dead. He looks then at the guy, and he like shakes his head, and then he looks at Podesta, and you can see the wound on her. And he says, "Oh no, you were bitten by the snake. You'll need to have the high priest look at that, or it could become infected, and you could die."
Panesta, can I see your hand? I'll say in common.
Oh. Okay.
Um, I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna say I could just neutralize poison this, unless you want to see the high priest.
Well, maybe I actually might want to talk to the high priest. This could be a way to see what's in the pyramid.
Okay. And then I'll say, all right, I understand, and I'll shake my head as if signaling I can't do anything.
Right. Because I'm not actually super. Am I poisoned, Daniel?
You, I mean, actually, and I believe that Sorko would know this. Since you've been bit by an asp, it basically needs to be tended to. Otherwise, you could get like the poison's in your system. Even though you save versus it, your hand's gonna swell up, and it could become infected if you don't have something. It doesn't have to be magical, but a magical. I mean, the book says it has to have a spell cast on it, but I would say that obviously then everybody in the world would die if that happens. So probably it could be dealt with in a more mundane fashion. But a spell would not hurt it. More like it gets infected than that you're poisoned. So there's no ill effect right this second.
I would tell Sorka if she wants to heal it, that's fine, but I still might take them up on their offer. Like heal it without letting them know that she's healing it.
Yeah. So she, the man, he's watching you talk in your own language, and then he says that he repeats himself again in Lemurian. I guess assuming you didn't understand him, and then
Yeah.
he's like he seems like he's more pleading. He says, "You'll need to be tended. You'll need to be tended." And you hear him yell. He says, "Somebody at the high priest." And he kind of goes over to try to take your hand and look at it if you let him. Oh no, actually,
Okay.
he's in his 60s. Okay, so he's pretty old.
But if I don't
I mean, for
neutralize,
this,
if I don't neutralize poison now, she's not gonna like die. It just is
no,
hurt
no,
her.
no. You would know because you're a druid and all that. Essentially, I'll tell you exactly what it says. Terrible blood burning sensation. Site of wound is purple and swollen. May become septic if victim survives. Cure disease will heal the septic. If it becomes septic. If it doesn't become septic, you don't have to worry about it. It just needs to be tended to. Which again, you could probably do mundanely, or a spell of healing would take care of it. It wouldn't be a neutralized poison spell; it'd be a healing spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
You.
At
I
this
mean, I
point,
could do a
anyways.
healing spell. It's just we also do want to see the high priest. You know what? We'll probably get. Well, no, they may not let us see the high priest if I heal it. So I'm gonna hold off on my healing spell for now. I do have. I can. Well, I mean, you probably know this because I probably have discussed my spells and stuff and what I've been studying. But if it does become infected or something, I can do cure disease. I can't do it today, but
All right. I'll see the high priest.
Yeah. So he, the old man, he looks at Kiari and he says, "Get her some a stool." And then Kiari goes inside the tent and brings out like a small stool for you to sit down on. And then he kind of like kneels next to you, looking at the hand, and he says, "I am Mojen, headman of the village. Uh, you have come from the island, from the city, rather."
From Jamanket, yes. I'm
Oh,
Vanessa.
excellent, excellent, excellent. This is good. We will. We've written up a letter so that they will know. I apologize. We were so excited to find other settlers here in the temple that we lost track of time and didn't send any reports back. I'm getting old. He kind of shakes his head. And you see two more of these like lay brothers show up. One was the guy that went to go get the note originally, and two other guys, and they see the guy dead on the ground, and they kind of quickly they understand what happened, I guess, or Mojen tells them. And then the one guy with the letter stays, and the other two run back to the temple to get the priest. He says, they say that the waters are infested with pirates. We were lucky not to encounter them, but it's good that you made it here. Where did you come ashore?
Oh, we beached our little boat somewhere.
It smiles somewhere. You're not going to have much. You're not giving me much confidence that you'll get back all right. Perhaps I should send some men with you.
Oh, I'm sure that we can find our way. I appreciate you helping me with my hand, Mr. Mojan.
Oh, of course. We are trying to establish a strong settlement here, and the priest has Klein has brought us in to his flock, so to speak, and you would think that he kind of smiles. He says that as worshippers of Yig, that there wouldn't be so many snakes harassing us, but such is Lemurian, such is the Lemurian remnant.
Yes, the
Snakes.
reptiles seem quite aggressive.
Yes, they do. He kind of laughs a little bit. He says, "But when you grow up around it, like we do, we're very used to this." He kind of points at your sword. He's like, "This is effective against one, but snakes often attack in groups in Lemuria."
Yes, I saw that there were many, at least 3 that attacked us here.
Yes, there are many, and they defend their territory very strongly.
Would
I understand.
would Sorka know if that was complete BS or not?
You do
Oh,
not know
it's
this
complete.
area, so you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's definitely speaking in metaphor or simile or something.
I can't
Okay.
speak of that. I can't make a statement on that. But yeah, I mean, you would know that yeah, snakes aren't normally like pack animals, but you're also
Right.
not from this area.
Oh, right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, that's what she thinks. Okay. He says, yes, I understand about defending territory,
Yes,
and that
yes,
animals will do so.
yes, yes, they will. So outside in the rice paddies, did you guys wanna? Are you making your way through the paddies, or are you gonna see what else happens?
I'm making my way.
All right, so you're splashing through the rice paddies. Okay. About I guess
Well, I
the
wouldn't
ranger's
say
going to.
splashing, but
Well, unless you're going really slow, you're splashing. They're rice paddies. Or if you're swimming, I suppose.
Yeah, I'm also following him.
Yeah, you're making your way through the rice paddies. Okay, that's fine. It'll take you a little while. It's pretty far, and you're moving at like at least half speed at the max. So it'll take you a few rounds to get there, or to get through the rice paddy, anyways. Yeah. So I would assume that a little bit of time comes by, unless you want to say anything else particular to Mojen. You know, he makes small talk as he's he's a very kindly old man, and soon you hear the sound of many footsteps, and coming through the fog, you're going to see the high priest. If I can find his description for you, so I can make it dramatic and awesome. There's no box text for the high priest, unfortunately, because I do love my box text, but I do know where he is. He's right there. So he is. Oh, there is a cool picture of him though. Can I show you this picture? Or I can. I'll show you later. All right, so he's an aged man. He's probably again like in his like 50s maybe, but he is wearing just a loincloth, and then he's got like this beautiful silken like scarf, I guess you'd call it, that like goes around his neck and crosses in the front, and then it's like tied there, and it's adorned with snakes interwrapping itself. He's wearing sandals, and you can see, even though he's like kind of like an older guy, I mean, he is ripped. Like he's thin, but he's like in really good shape, and he has a mustache that's like really long. He comes walking with men around him who all have the staffs, the other shaved head men, and he looks and he says, in the Lemurian language, he says, were there? I heard that there was a snake bite. And he looks at Benesta, And then he just kind of walks over without really saying anything to you directly, and he just like takes your hand. Assuming you don't stop him. And he looks at you, he looks at your hand again, and he says, "In common," he says to you, in like the common language of Khmer, but kind of broken, not perfect, like clearly has an accent, like he's from here. He says, "You must be of strong will to not have died by the hand of the snake. Even our devoted brother here could not take such a bite. I am Clang, High Priest of Yig. We will help you with this."
Well, your help is appreciated, Clang, High Priest of Yig. And yes, some have called me willful in the past.
He nods and he says, He asks for a couple of like simple ingredients from Chiari, some rice paste and some silk. And he basically just he like binds your hand in it.
Okay.
And he says, "We will give you some more paste before you leave. You must change this once a day for a week, or your hand may become infected, septic with the disease, and then it will need to be cut off, which is a terrible fate for a warrior such as yourself." And you see he kind of eyeballs your sword.
Well, I appreciate the information and the supply of paste.
And he kind of like nods a little bit, and then Mojan actually tells him, he speaks in Lumerian to him, and of course you understand it. He says, he explains that you had come for the at the request of the city state, and that they are writing a letter, to let them know that that the monastery had taken in the village, and that everything was good. And he just nods, and he says, "Very well." He looks and he says, "We could use one as strong as you in the ranks of the priests of Yig. Have you ever thought about worshiping the snake?"
Once, but I don't think it's for me.
I see. Yes, I once felt that way too. Then I discovered much power in the blessings of Yig, of life, death, of knowledge, of strength.
Well, perhaps I could witness one of your ceremonies and it would change my mind. In the pyramid.
Of course, all are welcome.
All right. I would like to see that.
Okay. He looks at the guy who actually originally told you whatever that you've been talking to a bunch of times. He got the letter, and he says to him, "I'll arrange for our visitors to attend the next prayer ceremony." And the guy actually says in Lemern, he says, "I offered High Priest, but they refused to disarm." And he kind of like breathes in a little bit. He says, "Ah, I see. Adventurers always fearful of what they don't know. Well, one must have faith."
I do have faith. I have a lot of faith in my ability with my sword.
He smiles. He says, "Well, child, when you are ready, you are welcome." He kind of does like a little nod. By this time, we hear footsteps. Well, actually, so you guys get out of the rice paddies. You're popping up near N4, which is that's where their animals are, by the animal pens. And then you can start moving faster. You're just heading towards the light. Mike slash sorry, Lachlan slash
Lachlan?
Tuluk. You guys are just heading towards the light source. This is the most difficult area for you guys to ever cross because it's so big. Every time you try and charge it takes like 5 minutes.
Exactly.
Yeah, you're running like hundreds
Cool.
of yards through rice paddies.
What I really love is that like the high priest and everyone else has just been casually having this conversation with Pinesta while the tent to our right is just like lit up. Just like no one's saying anything about it. Like high priest comes, looks at it, turns to Pinesta, your hand.
Well, he's come to help somebody with a poisoned hand. He doesn't care about your magic.
Tulok is running right behind
take that as you
Lachlan,
will.
going, you think this is a good idea, Lachlan? Just rushing in there? And then he's panting.
Yeah, you got to know something. I don't think. I just do stuff. And he'll continue charging forward.
Oh,
Okay.
Tulak, all of a sudden looks into the sky and says, Yikatha, save me, the Arctic wind.
Nice. Okay, I mean, so at this conversation, the high priest turns and he lets you know the offer stands when you are ready, and he turns in with his retinue, and they walk off into the fog back towards the temple. The guy with the note hands it to you. He's got it in a it's like in a tube, like a scroll tube, and he says, and he calls to like one of the women. To get more of the rice paste from the storage, and then so that they don't have to use up all of Kiari's, and the woman runs off towards 7, I think, is the storage. Yeah. So yeah, so you're there with Bojan, and I guess Kiari's there as well, and as well as this guy, the lay brother, and of course they drag the dead guy away.
Well, did they bring the letter? You said he brought the letter, right?
Yep. Yeah, he hands it to you. It's in like a scroll tube that's made out of a like a leaf, like a dried out leaf, but dried and waxed. And he hands it to you, and he says, "Oh, excellent." He hands it to you, and then Mojen says, "Oh, excellent. You'll be able to let them know that we're doing okay. And also, if any want to come here, we are looking to expand the Temple of Yig. Always looking."
I will tell them what you say.
Excellent.
I'll make sure the headman knows about his daughter.
Excellent. Curia is a fine woman. She will bring me many children.
Well, if Yig so wills it.
Fair enough. So I guess after a bit of uncomfortable conversation, you hear a bit of a scuffle, because as you guys kind of run into the main part of the city, people start going. But you hear, well, actually, you don't speak Lemurian, right? Well, actually, but the Tolk does. You can hear the villagers yelling for the guard. They're like, they say, "We're being invaded!" As you're running through the place.
I understand a little too.
Yeah, you understand a
So-
little bit. Yes, you can tell that they're yelling that you're being invaded.
Yeah. I just yelled, "No, just lost.
Tulak translates.
Just lost."
Yes, just lost in perfect Lemurian.
Nice, fantastic. Okay, so go ahead, because you're running through the fog. They don't know exactly where you are. We'll do this. If you roll a d6, and we'll see if they surprise you, they'll come upon you. Otherwise, they will not. So somebody roll a d6 for me. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Rangers, the chance of being surprised is actually reduced by 1.
Yeah. Well, you're not actually going to be surprised. It's just going to be I'm just using it as a chance so that they'll encounter you at all.
Yeah.
So just
Lachlan,
roll a
you
d6.
You want to roll?
No, go
Both of
go
us roll?
ahead.
Yeah.
I'll give you the honor,
All right, here we go.
Ranger.
2. I
Two.
got
All
2.
right, yeah. Yeah, you run right into him. So now you can roll. So now we'll roll to see if you're surprised. So you just reduced by 1, you said? So you only have 1 in 6 chance of being surprised? Okay. Let's roll that. God, all right, I rolled a 1. Let's see if they're surprised, though, because they might be as well. Hey,
Their
they're also
chance
surprised.
of their chance of being surprised is actually goes up by 1.
Nice. Yeah, well, they were actually surprised even normally. So you guys, like, it's the foggy, and you're running, and, like, they're running, and nobody know. You don't really hear each other because your footsteps are all pounding, and all of a sudden, you just all kind of crash into each other. So, the two of you are now, you're looking at, how many guards are there? 5, I think. 5, God. 5 men, and a very, no, 10. There's 10 of them. Fantastic. 10 men,
Great.
one of which is riding on a very large lizard.
Oh.
And they were charging out into this thing. They've got primarily these long spears, although they seem to have a couple of them have bows as well. And you kind of all crash into each other, surprised, and you're just all kind of looking, and they're all like, you know, like they probably wouldn't all be there. I'll roll D10 to see how many are there. Does that make sense? Because they wouldn't all go to one spot. 9. So it's 9 of them. And they just lower their spears, and the one riding the dinosaur kind of like it like, you know, like it's going to charge at you. So what would you like to do?
Tulak holds up his hand and says, "Pirates! Pirates are near the back at our camp." And then he points to the direction where he came from.
Okay. Let me make a reaction roll here. Does Lachlan want to do anything particular? What's your charisma there?
14, so reaction roll adjustment is +1.
Oh, nice. Okay. All right. It says consider. Yeah. So they basically they keep their spears lowered at you, but they say, "Oh yes, there's been pirate activity here, but you are not allowed in this area with such things as you are carrying." And you kind of like point with their spears at your weapons, and they say, "Surrender your weapons to us, or we will walk you out the front gate peacefully. Your choice."
I'd go for walking. Walking would be good. I mean, I've been asking how to get out of here. I don't know why they were screaming about us invading them.
And then Tulak nudges Lachlan and he says, "Shut up! Don't say anything."
Yeah, so they're gonna like lead you if you're willing to follow. You know, like 2 guys will start walking, and then the rest will
Yes.
kind of go on the sides of you, and the dinosaur will be behind you, and they're gonna walk you out. They're gonna walk you out the front door.
Yep.
So out to here, basically. And the fog is so thick you don't see the other group because you're way too far away from it at that point. So back at Mojen's house. You don't hear the party arrive. The cavalry did not show up. So what does Podesta and Sorka want to do?
I think we should go, and if I want to come back, I'll come back so that I can leave my weapons with you guys. If I want to go in the pyramid. Because I do want to go in the pyramid. But I'm not going to leave my weapons with them.
Okay. How about Sorka? You're gonna leave as well, or do you have something else you
Yeah,
want to do with them?
Sorka will go with Panesta.
Okay.
Just because
Yeah,
we're pressing
you-
our luck being here with all our weapons as it is. So
Curie kind of, you know, she's got her head down, kind of doing stuff. She looks up a few times, but she sees that, you know, there's still people there watching, so she doesn't try to make contact again as you leave with the letter.
Yep.
And probably, just for the sake of simpleness, you encounter the rest of your party. I don't know if you want to recognize them or not, but you see them being marched out ahead of you by men with a dinosaur.
oh no, I will just keep walking.
Okay.
Yeah, Sorka's
Lachlan
also
can handle this.
just
Yes.
gonna keep walking.
You can handle it one way or another. So
Nice.
Yeah, Lachlan's just talking up a storm.
you see
Yeah, I
Panessa
mean,
dip her head and smile a little bit.
Just chattering away.
Tulok, smiles at all the Lemurians, and he's trying to translate it so that it's completely, like, benign and very pleasant for them. So he's not, he's doing a terrible job translating. That's basically what he's doing. But, he's trying to not to raise any alarm.
yeah. Well, when you get to the front, the guard who addressed you, he says, if you need to seek refuge from the pirates, again, you are welcome. You just need to leave your weapons with us. But if you would like to risk it out there, may Yig be with you.
So if
kinda
we
nods.
stayed like right here, we're okay. Right here by the gates.
He looks at Tulok.
My friend is asking whether, if we were attacked by the pirates, if we could take refuge near the wall here for your support in fighting them and repelling their attacks.
We prefer that you do not fight the pirates in our presence. If you come inside, they will not violate the grounds. For Yig protects us.
Yes, thank you. Thank
We
you.
are peaceful here. Clearly with our giant spears and dinosaur.
Clearly.
By the way,
And the crucified people out front.
Right, you see the new... Wasn't there somebody that got crucified last time? Yeah, they got somebody. Oh, no, you see Balky out there.
They kept saying
Balky's
they
up
put
there.
Balky out there.
Yeah.
and
He's being
Tulok says-
picked apart by lizards and stuff.
and Tulok looks at him and says, we'll be sure to follow the will of Yig. May his grace keep you safe. And he turns
nods.
around.
We're following Yig now? Is that
No,
that's what we're
Lachlan.
doing?
No, Lachlan, my friend. I was just trying to avoid being crucified like him. And then he looks at the.
Oh, they're not going to
He points at
crucify
the-
us.
Yeah, they'll have a tough time, definitely.
They won't. I mean, they die
Yes.
just like anyone else.
Yes, and hopefully I won't be there.
Nice.
Oh, okay. I see where that leaves us.
All right, I'll cover you from afar with my arrows, my trusty arrows. Let's wait here for Panesta. Hopefully she's okay.
Okay.
I wonder if Australia is doing all right back at the camp.
Yeah, we'll jump you all back to the camp. I don't think anybody needs to do anything as you're walking back there. That way we're not leaving Rush as a spectator for half the game.
Wait, did Australia kill the guy by the time we got back?
I don't think so. Do we plan on killing the pirate Rush, Australia?
No, because he got tied up. So
Yeah. Actually, what we can do before they come back is they would have woken up. Did you want to interview the pirate, or are you going to wait till everybody gets there?
Yeah. As long as he's being, if he starts waking up, I would just kind of crouch down to him, beside him, and put my finger up and just be like, shh. And then I would ask him. I would say, who are you that you are chasing people? Chasing explorers across this island.
That man tried to kill my people. Came with a group of murderers. He took the scalp of my brother. And kind of looks over your shoulder. He sees the heads. And he says, I was just protecting my homeland. Don't we have a right to protect our homeland?
So the island is your home.
Yes. course. Why else would I be here?
Well, there seems to be a lot of people here who don't call this place home. And for
Yes,
just
yes. Well, yes. Well, foreigners do sometimes come to Lumer and Remnant, but I was born here and have lived here my whole life.
Okay.
Mhm.
So you were protecting by chasing him for 2 days across the island? One would have thought you'd have just kind of let him go.
Where could he go? It's an island. How do we know he wasn't going to come back and cut our throats in the night like his group did to my brothers?
Well, you make a point, but sadly, I am not the one in charge. You can explain
Well,
your.
you are clearly the most mighty of all warriors. I saw how easily you fought and how powerfully you could let me go, and I could give you a treasure that I have. I have buried it.
You could,
Yes.
or you can have a bite to eat, and you may plead your case to the red-haired woman with the golden voice, and the others, and see what they want to do.
Well, I appreciate the offer of food. I didn't realize that you were just a servant. You look so mighty and powerful. A mighty and powerful warrior like you should be able to make decisions like this. And why would you not? You should not be rewarded with a treasure that I can give you.
I am
Do you always
strong.
want to be? Do you want to be a slave to them?
Oh, I am
You
no
don't look
slave.
like a slave. Oh, that's not what it looks like. It
Well,
looks to me like you are being sent to watch or helpless captives while they are raiding and stealing, and probably keeping treasure for themselves.
I am strong of body, but I am humble of heart. And she reaches over and pats him on his head. And she's like, "You'll be fine until they get back." And then she takes the gag and just puts it back over his mouth again.
All right.
And then
Okay,
comes
that's
in front of him.
all right. Well, you hear his stomach growl a little bit, but he doesn't say anything else. All right. All right. So a short time later, the rest of the group rendezvous back at the camp. Yeah.
See the guy's
You're all
still
back.
alive. I'm gonna
Sorka,
hold out my hand to Sorka. Give him
yeah,
a gold piece.
Sorka, as they've been walking down the trail and as they've gotten away from the village, she's just gotten really mad and she's like been just like ranting the whole time. Like, the nerve of them, snakes attacking groups. Like, do you know how bad snakes of a name snakes already have? Like, poor snakes always getting attacked by farmers, and most of them, mind you, are not even venomous. Yes, the ones we ran into today are, like, and maybe they are an
Sorka,
aggressive
Sorka,
species, but
he was threatening me.
like, that doesn't give him permission to give snakes a bad name. And then she takes your hand and she like rubs some salve on it, and she speaks some magical words, and you know your wound just.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. She actually
What'd
did
you
take damage, so if you want to roll for the, yeah, I'm assuming you're doing casting.
Oh
here
yeah,
as well.
I am doing light, cure light. Let me see real quick what my cure lights do, because I always forget. Cure light. Oh wait, I have it just in the system. I can just roll it. Cure light right here. I want to get. Oof. You get 1 point of damage reduction.
Well, 1 point is 1 point.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that probably actually does cure the snake bite because that was 1 point. The rest of the damage was the poison.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you get back. You see the men.
Thank you.
as they arrive back as well, having been let out by the. Well, I guess you had seen them being let out by the dinosaur. And yeah, what's the plan?
We're all back together. I'm so glad. I thought we were goners. Back there, did you see the size of that lizard?
Yes. Yes, we have seen that lizard.
I thought you guys were in trouble. When we saw that flash, I thought we were being summoned for some assistance.
I don't know if they're lizards. I mean, they're some kind of reptile for sure.
Well,
What,
but you did
what
cast the light spell, yes?
was there a
Sorka?
scuffle?
Oh yes, I did cast a light spell. I was trying to alert the group, but because I thought the snakes attacking were clearly aggression, which they were. They had to have been magically aggressive to do that because snakes are not normally that aggressive.
Tulak looks at Lachlan and he goes, "See, we did make the right decision. They were in trouble and they're trying to get our attention."
Oh, I knew that. Why did you think we made the wrong decision?
Well, the fact that we ran into that gigantic lizard that could have eat us. But
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
we're here now.
yeah.
You know, you keep saying lizard, but I don't think you understand the differentiation between. You know what? Forget it.
No. I'm very fascinated about this. Him being a ranger, he looks at the druid and says, "Go ahead and tell me a little more about the difference between these animals."
Oh. And Sorka will pull out her sketch and she'll say, "Well, you see," and she starts to go into like very intricate detail about all the things that she's seen, and you know.
So Tulak moves to the side and he's nodding and getting all the information about the differences between dinosaurs and lizards.
Nice. Okay.
And this
Nice.
is back
Now
at
you
the
have some more.
This is back at
Yeah.
the camp with me, right?
Yep. They're all just ignoring you
Yeah.
and talking about
And-
lizards as
I-
they're talking.
Yeah,
Who's gonna
I'm
pull-
not. I'm making a crucifix.
I'm gonna pull Sorka,
Oh, jeez.
not Sorka, sorry, Panesta aside, and just kind of give her a rundown of what the captive said. She'll just be like, well, as you can see, he did wake up, and I tried to talk to him, and he says that he was born and raised here on this island, and that our new friend there and his band supposedly tried to murder their entire group. He referred to them as the band of murderers and cut the throats of their brothers, and so they were chasing him across the island. And I asked him, I said, well, for 2 days you chased him. You thought I would have thought you'd have chased him off and then be done with him. And they said, well, it's an island. Where could he go? And blah, blah, blah. But he tried to appeal to my baser natures and told me I was mighty warrior, whatever. And then told me that I should be able to make the decision to let him go, and he would give me treasure that he had buried. And I said, I think he probably ought to maybe tell his story to you guys. So then he insulted me and told me I was a slave. I told him there was a big difference between being a slave and being humble. So I gagged him again.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. That's all that happened here while you were gone.
Well,
He seems to know where there's treasure. Or how do you guys put it in the city? He's full of crap.
it could be both, He
Be-
could know where there's treasure, and he could be lying about Tulak.
From the side, Tulak finally gets up and says, "Sorka, thank you so much. I didn't know that there were so interesting details that distinguish these dinosaurs, you say, against common lizards that you could find elsewhere. Thank you. You're very knowledgeable, very wise in the ways of these natural things.
Oh, well, it feels good to be recognized for once. And she kind of like looks at the rest of the group side-eyeingly. And she's like, later I can tell you about some of the odd features I've seen of the plants around this area.
And I would be very honored and interested to learn more about that. Thank you so much, Sorka. And then he walks to where Australia and Panesta are, and he looks at uh, the pirate that's still alive and says, "Well, what's the plan with that guy?"
Well, Tulak, he tells the story a bit differently than you do, but I mean, he's a pirate.
What did he say?
Did you attack his camp and slaughter his brothers?
No, not quite. We were on our way to the island after speaking to the headman back um, at the at the other island, and we were told that there were adventurers headed this way. So perhaps we thought there was some share of reward money to be had, and that's why we sailed out here. But while we're at the sea, we were attacked by these pirates. They boarded us and killed every one of my party members. And as a matter of fact, he walks up to the guy and says, "Yeah, this guy killed our cleric."
Uh,
Oh, look at. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, well, no, go ahead. I'll ask later.
I look at Estrella and I say, I'm inclined to believe Tulak here. That's just my gut feeling. I think this guy is probably just like the other pirates that we've alleged pirates that we've encountered.
I didn't put much stock in what he had said either. If he was trying to protect his little village or whatever it was, then when Tulok's people ran off, then typically they would let them go. You don't go chasing someone across an island for 2 days.
I mean, Lachlan might. He might.
Yeah, but he's a little different. So the chances of all of those guys being like Lachlan is pretty slim. So, um, I wasn't the one. You guys have now spent more time with Tulak than I have, but uh, this one's story sounded a little bit on the fishy side. So, I didn't feel comfortable making any kind of decisions with on my own. So I just figured, yeah, he's tied up. He's not going anywhere. So
Exactly.
Sorka would like to look over the pirates' bodies and also, I guess, this guy. Uh, she'd like to see, now that she's thinking about it, if any of these guys that are dead here now are the guy that, she chased as a monkey like yesterday, the one who got away.
Mm-hmm. Uh, I mean, he was running. So go ahead and make a d6 roll, and if you get at or below the number I just rolled, then you will recognize whether or not you can tell.
4.
It's you can't tell. I'm not going to say no, but you can't tell.
Okay.
You didn't see him well enough to really be able to make a decision.
Okay.
Well, now that he's bound, I suppose we could, take him back alive. That way, he could tell more about his pirate brothers back at the hut of the headman's, palace.
Well, we could also take him to the Merchants Guild
Yeah,
if
I
we were
suppose that.
feeling mercenary about this.
Well, I sort of wish that he was already dead, but we can't do anything about him. I mean, he's our captive now. It's not like we could just murder the guy.
I come over and pick him up.
Yeah, I should say.
Yeah.
Well, It's not
Orca's
quite
just like,
true.
make it peaceful, and she just like walks off.
No, no, wait, wait. Where are you going?
Are we speaking common or are we speaking?
Common, yeah. That's what I would say to
Yeah.
Lachlan in common.
Okay.
I just point to the crucifix that I made.
Oh, I don't think we have to go that far.
All right. Well, if you point to the crucifix, he's going to get the signal. So he's going to say, he's going to call out. He's going to say, you can't just murder me without a trial. I demand my rights.
Isn't he gagged?
Yeah. So he's like, we go. He's trying to like move around, like, yeah.
Yeah, Tulak holds up his hand and says, "Wait, wait, wait! You don't have to do that. I mean, he's already bound and gagged. He's not harming anybody right now. We can't just, harm him."
I'm not going to
Besides-
harm him. I'm just going to tie him up. He's just a little spread out. He could breathe better this way.
Yeah, but you know what? Maybe he would do better staying here where we could keep our eyes on him.
Well, I thought if we presented him as a gift, I mean, it would verify our story about the pirates.
He is a pirate, so you don't have to worry about that.
Okay. And
Well-
so we put him on the crucifix and we mount him on their wall and we're fine.
Oh, brother. Well, he looks at Panesta and he goes, "You seem to be leading this party, so I'll leave it up to you."
Well, I'm not going to kill him. They can cut him down if they want. I'm just
Captain
going to.
Panesta.
Where? Where do you want to take him on the crucifix? All the way back to Jabon Ked?
No, I just got to bring him back to the pyramid. We'll hang him on the wall with the other ones. Because, I mean, we said we were running away from pirates. They said, do whatever. So I'm going to show them that we did whatever.
You
And
know,
that way they know we're telling the truth.
yeah, I mean, I was telling the truth, so I
See?
suppose that'll make it easier for us.
And we're not killing them. We're just putting them out there.
Yeah. Well, I'm okay with that.
Yes, but what if they talk to him and he says something and they believe him over us?
I'm pretty certain that
Like-
they're well aware of the dispositions of these island folks. It seems like they're well aware that there are a lot of pirates around here.
We could cut his tongue out and then he wouldn't be able to talk to him.
You know, you're a
Why
very
do you
gruesome
like-
fella, but I'm sure it comes very useful in combat. But he's not doing any harm. I mean, besides, he's the fella that killed my party member, my friend. But I don't feel much malice to have his tongue removed.
Okay,
this point.
well, we're talking about someone who makes their job of murdering people.
Okay.
I don't see a problem with this.
I'm going to say, Lachlan, they don't know that you and, I mean, they've never seen you and I both together in this place.
Right.
If
I'm not
wanna
saying you
do
march
this,
up there
I'm not gonna
with me.
Yeah, if you're going to do this, I won't stop you, but I'm not going to go up there with you to present this guy because I want to try to get into their ceremonies and I just,
Oh no, I'm not going to ruin it for you. I'll just go up there myself.
All right. Well, he's the one that murdered my friend. So how about this? Instead of, handing him off to these people who may sacrifice him or not, allow me to avenge my fallen brothers. Cut him loose and allow him and I to have a one-on-one combat. If he slays me, then let him go.
We tried that before. It doesn't work.
So
He'll just run away.
I have a statement here, and perhaps I'm waxing a bit on the philosophical side, but by no means am I this man's friend. But one thing that I think needs to be made very clear is he's a pirate, yes,
Yes,
Yes.
So what is he here for? What is a pirate usually here for?
pirating.
He's here to murder and kill people and rob people.
Okay.
So,
Yes.
but
I
the
don't
fact
think-
is that he's defenseless right now. He's tied up and he's unable to defend himself. Right?
Okay, but my
Hey.
point that I'm getting at is they wouldn't call them pirates if they were primarily out to murder. They're called pirates because they're primarily out to get treasure, yes?
No, they're there to pillage people, pillage, rape, and murder. That's what pirates do.
Oh, I thought those were Vikings. And then I look over at Panessa and I say, no pun intended, of course.
Well,
I'm not a
you know the coastal folks. This may be something that you're unfamiliar with, but those of my tribe or those who are related to me that live along the coast, they do a lot of that too. You know,
Okay.
they raid.
So let me put it
And-
another way. Why did you come to the island?
Me for adventure.
And I mean, are you just here to explore this island in the sun?
So are you saying he's a pirate too?
No,
No.
what I'm saying is
I'm not from the coastal region. I'm from Plain of Leng. I'm sure you've heard of it before, right?
I have your
It's famous.
point. Everyone
Yes.
that is on this island is here, other than the pyramid people. You and all of us, we're all here for treasure. They are here for treasure. And sometimes we get in fights and we kill people looking for treasure.
Yeah, but they're
So
stealing
they kind of
treasure.
do the same thing.
I don't think you understand. I mean, we were here to, look for treasure, perhaps, and adventure and riches. I admit that. But we're not the ones that boarded, someone else's ship and murdered everybody. My entire
Hey.
party's gone. There were four of us. Three of my friends are gone.
So
You understand this?
Hey, Daniel, can Sorko look for like some poisonous berries?
Oh,
Okay, you're right. I guess I did misunderstood. I thought that they attacked
You
you.
gonna
on land. I didn't
poison
realize they
somebody?
boarded your ship out at sea. I guess my point being is that we're making this assumption that this guy is just, he may have looked at you the same way you're looking at him right now, is what I'm getting at. And by no means am I saying, oh, we should just be his friend and let him go. What I'm saying is that so far I've witnessed very quick fingers to pull bowstrings, all for the taste of gold. So, this whole thing of cutting the man's tongue out and throwing him up on a crucifix or whatever like this, like he's, I understand he got in a fight. If you want to deal with him, that's your right to I guess to do so. But
yeah, but we're talking about justice here.
I find fairness in natural order of strength. Give
okay,
him a sword or some weapon, and I'll face him because I have something to pay him back. If he wins, then by all right, he should be let go because there are how many of us right now? Just like how I was running from all of his fellas. I don't want that to happen. The grudge that I have against him is between him and me, not with the rest of you.
I mean, I would agree because we talk about justice, but none of us were there. We don't know what happened. And I'm not trying to sound like a bad person, but you really haven't been around long enough for me to know 100% if you're telling the truth.
Yes, but I wasn't the one who, came upon this camp with the weapons drawn.
No, you were just the one losing at the
That's
time.
true.
True.
Well, it's up to you. I mean, you know where I'm from. I'm from Cromarium, and I'm
If
just
man
like one
wants
of
to
you.
fight then let him fight you, I say. I don't know what else to do, and nor am I the one in charge. I'm just trying to make a point that,
No, well, we all make
Yeah.
decisions together here. Nobody's in charge. If he wants to fight him, maybe we should. Maybe that is the fairest way to settle this. What do you think, Sorka?
Sorka's looking for poisonous berries right now.
Dulak approaches the man and removes the gag and speaks in Lemurian. Well, you have slain my friends. But I don't want to simply let you go. I spoke to these people here that if you were to best me in single combat, then they would let you go. Otherwise, my friend over there, the big burly one, he wishes to put you up on a pole or something and take you back to the pyramid. What's your choice on the matter?
Right, he'll nod and he'll say, "Well, I'm a peaceful man, but if need be, I will fight you. And when I kill you, I will hope that your soul goes to the place where it needs to in the afterlife."
Likewise.
So he requests a weapon, I guess. Whatever you're gonna give him, I guess. What did he have? He had a long spear, so he asked for his spear back. You know, he's like this skinny little guy in a loincloth, and he asked for his spear if you're willing to give it to him.
I'll give him a spear.
All right.
And I'll position myself so that he can't run up. He can't just immediately turn and run up the road that he came down.
So you got to go behind him. Good. Okay.
So Tulak removes his armor because he feels that, it's dishonorable to, be fully armed and, go up against this scrawny guy. And he takes out
his spear.
he takes out his two-handed sword.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So the guy takes a spear. He looks over at the monk and he says, "Estrella." Well, he doesn't know your name. He says, "Woman, you could have had treasure. You could have had many of my children. Now I must kill your friend."
She literally just laughs.
And then he
Kind of looks back at him, and she goes, "I would break you."
you see that the grin on his face gets bigger, and then the little skinny guy kind of gets down with his spear. So I guess, I'm assuming you're going to melee him, and he's going to melee you. You say so. Let's just roll initiative. Roll d6.
Okay.
You got 3.
I got 6.
Right. Go for it. Make your attack against the poor, helpless.
Poor bastard.
Throughout the course of the game, I have finally finished uploading, typing in all the stats on the character sheet. So,
Oh, nice.
let's see.
That means it's time to die.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, brother. Here we go.
Oh my
Right,
god.
go for it.
What do I got?
I could just see it now. He's like, yes.
Negative
AC
2
is-
AC. 11 damage.
No, that definitely.
What did
Yeah,
I get?
you charged him with the sword, and he does an Obi-Wan Kenobi, where he just like puts his spear down and just lets you cop. And he says to you as you're running forward, "Strike me down, and I'll become even more powerful."
Jeez.
And being that you did 11 damage at -2 armor class, and he had 4 hit points and 8 armor class, yeah, you basically chop him in half, and he falls to the ground. Although not as gracefully as an empty cape as Kenobi. He's a
Oh, brother.
chopped in half pirate.
You chop him, and all of a sudden, just the loincloth is left and like floats to the ground. Hey, Daniel, about those poison berries.
Yeah, go ahead. Roll a d12. I'll give you a 2 and 12 to find it.
Now I rolled an 11.
Yeah, it's not around. You would be able to identify them. They're just not around.
Yeah.
To answer your question, you could do that, but
Sorka is next to Austria. She's probably having the last few good berries that she has that aren't magical, and she'll say to Austria, "Are you sure you're not going to miss his children?"
She kind of looks over and she's like, I think I'll pass. Just kind of chuckles a little bit.
All right, one more dead alleged pirate.
And then she's like, ooh, you have any more of those grapes?
She'll
Taking
like
my
share
axe and adding his head to my alleged pile.
Yeah,
Nice.
Tulip turns around and cleans the blade and says, "That was for Elsa, you bastard."
Sorka
So if
will share her last handful of berries with Austria.
If my count is correct, you now have 14 heads. Is that right?
Yes.
6 plus 4 plus 5. No, 15 heads. Right, because
We're
one
really
guy
I
got
thought we
getting ahead
let
with
one
this.
guy go, didn't we?
Right, he did. There was 6 and there was 5,
Oh, yeah.
and now there was just 4.
Yep.
Right, 6, 5, and 4 is 15.
Yep.
Yeah, you are carrying 15 heads. It adds up quick. At first, you guys were like, 20 gold, but
Yeah, it's
When you start
150
walking around-
pounds. We got
yeah,
this.
you carry a lot of
Between me
heads.
and Estrella, we got this.
Bag o' heads. Well, actually, stick o' heads. Okay, so do you guys want? Do you want to take a break?
We're
I'm probably gonna finish
eventually-
like around 10. Do you want to just roll through, or do you guys want to take a 5-minute?
I just want enough time to go make a coffee in the Keurig, but I can actually turn the volume up and still hear you. So
That's fine. Let's just take 5 then, because I'll also have a coffee.
That's fine.
I
Okay.
say I think 10, but you guys are talking role playing. Next thing you know. All right, so let's take 5.
Nice.
do this, you guys. The pirate slayers. Okay, so we're back after the party once again slaughtering an innocent person. Alleged pirate. I guess at this time this pirate in particular was more than alleged, as to an eyewitness. But in any case, they are now slain, and yeah. What do you guys want to do? Let's see if anything exciting happens while you're just hanging out there in the field. Who wants to roll the 3d6 to see what comes to your camp while you're kind of hanging out having this discussion? Smelling the fresh blood. All right, go for it.
Are we going for a total?
Yes, please.
All right. Let's see. That's 5 plus 3. That's 8 plus 3 more 8. 11.
Wow, you guys got a lot of 11s, I think. Oh no, I don't think you've seen this one before. Roll a d2.
2.
Perfect. I mean, just one of anything is boring. You hear? Boom, 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 boom. You hear monsters. A monstrous racket kind of coming down the way. I guess, I mean, I doubt you'd be surprised by this, but I guess we'll just roll to see if you are. Oh my gosh, you are. Wow. That is like the third or fourth one I've rolled in a row on this die.
Jungle trolls.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys are so focused on this thing that all of a sudden the camp opens up as these two... Is there a picture of this thing? Let me look for a picture. These two very large lizardy creatures come. Yeah, here we go. I think you've actually seen one of these before. Let me see if I can do this so we can. You know, I like to show you the pictures. These artists spend a long time. Dale spent a long time drawing this, so we'll show you its butt. There you go. The two of those bad boys come walking through.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. They're like, they kind of crash through the bushes. And you are surprised by them. However, all that being said, they're not particularly hostile. So let me see if let's do a reaction roll to see if they decide that they want to try to eat you. Oh, okay, no. Yeah, they seem a bit confused as they step in. They kind of like do that thing where they come forward and they see you and they kind of like pull back a little bit and they lift their tails like you saw in the picture. They're about 20 feet long with a 7-foot long tail. They're kind of swinging the tail around. It seems like it doesn't know what to do. It can smell the blood, obviously, so it's getting like a little nervous. But they're just kind of staring at you. Does anybody want to do anything? Heroic or otherwise?
I'm gonna say Sorka would probably recognize this as a defensive pattern, right? I mean, even if she's never seen an animal like this, she can tell when one's being defensive. I'm gonna say that Sorka is gonna like quickly turn to her friends and just say like, "Don't attack," and like try and get her group to not attack, and
Wow.
probably even like put herself between the group and these majestic animals. Not like towards the animals, but like definitely towards her group.
Yeah, but do you think we could ride them like they ride them?
But by the way, this is the phonetic pronunciation of the name of that creature. So yeah.
So is it my turn to take, or can I take an action?
Yes, you can do anything you like.
I'm gonna pick a law. Wait a minute. It wasn't nighttime, right?
No, it's the middle of the day. It's
Middle
like
of
the
the
end
day.
of the day, probably.
So I want to like just step forward and just put my hands up and just kind of wave them, like do like a go away wave. And I want to try my speak with animals.
Oh,
Nice.
And
can
I
speak
don't
with
know how
animals.
it works, if it's just spell whatever, but basically speaking with them, I want to just shout at them to go away, and that we're not here to harm you. Just go away.
Okay. Is that like a spell? Speak
It
with
just says
nature?
at 4th level once per day, I can speak with animals.
As per spell. There we go.
Yeah.
That's what I need to see. Because I don't.
And
It
8th
might
level,
be.
I
It
can
might.
to
It might
plant.
be mammals, like some of the other ones are.
I don't know. I didn't look at the spell. I just went by the ability which said speak with animals.
Well, right.
Yeah. So I guess I'll
The-
look.
the
this
abi-
up.
No, it's fine. The ability. It just refers you to the spell. I don't. We're gonna look it up. Any normal sort of animal, not magical beasts, monsters, or other supernatural creatures, with duration of spell, animals will apply in kind. Monsters are usually limited in brief 1 or 2 word statements, predicted by intelligence of the animal. Well, so the yes, you say this. You're like whatever to the dinosaurs, and they reply back. Uh, you say go away. They say, we're just looking for food. We don't eat that meat, whatever how they say it, they kind of look at they think you're eating the person you just chopped up, and that you're defending it. So they give the impression like we don't want that, and then they kind of just back up and they leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then if I still have time with my speaking, I don't know how much I can speak to them. I'll tell them good luck as they leave.
Okay, yeah, sure. One turn, you got 10 minutes. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, you can speak with all kinds of animals. Sorka's gonna be super jealous.
Sorka is super jealous.
Sorka's like,
How long have you been able to do that exactly?
It was something I mastered actually not that long ago.
Mm-hmm. So you've been letting us kill these birds because...
Well, in my defense, typically I didn't have time to talk first.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What did they say?
You and I are going to talk later.
See, we don't have to talk before we kill things. See, I'm with Estrella on this.
I immediately point to Lachlan and look at Sorka like, see what I mean?
No, Lachlan. What if she could persuade it to let us ride it, like you were saying?
I look at the group and I just tell them, I say, well, I told them to go away and that we don't mean any harm. And they looked at the dead pirate and they say, don't worry, we don't eat that. And then they just kind of backed up and left. So I told them good luck.
Okay, they just
You see,
left.
they're already more moral than
Yeah.
Lachlan.
But what do you mean more moral?
Wait, before it's
Killing
too long.
pirates. That's all I've killed.
Lachlan, you saw those people back at the pyramid riding these large dinosaurs, right?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So perhaps we could just go back there and talk to these creatures, whether if they would be willing to help us out too.
Yeah.
Maybe we could tame them, give them food, and befriend them, and
We can ride them.
yeah. Estrella, I mean, would you be open to speaking with them a little more?
Well, I can tell you that for animals like that, that's usually talking to them through a magical means and training them to be a steed. That's something you usually have to do when they're very young.
Well, we could at least, try to befriend them, just in case they decide to.
Apparently, they're leaving.
Yeah, perhaps we could ask them a little bit more about the island and,
I
what
mean,
we
I
can
always
do.
call out to my mom when I'm leaving the village. That doesn't mean just because they're leaving doesn't mean you could have to quit talking to them.
Tulok quickly checks the tracks and try to find out which direction they went.
Okay, let me just roll. Roll d8.
Boys,
It's
I really think that
tracking for ranger is 10 out of 12 for natural and outdoor environment.
Okay, yeah, I think it's automatic. I'm not gonna make you roll for that. I'm rolling d8 to see what direction they went.
Okay.
Yeah, I think in this case, I mean, they just left. You're not gonna have trouble tracking them.
Okay. Here we go. I'm gonna roll here.
So north being 1, of course.
8. 8.
8, so that's northwest, I guess. Yeah, they're basically going more or less, the opposite way of the temple, because the temple for you is like southeast, so they're kind of going diagonal the other way.
Well, I have a pretty good idea which direction they're headed. Astrea, would you be willing to ask them a couple more questions and try and befriend them? Maybe we can get them some food.
I really think we're pushing our luck because I can only maintain a conversation with them for a very short time, and then when that's over, I won't be able to talk with them anymore. Like I've only got like a few minutes left.
Like ever?
No, I'd have to track them down the next day.
Well, not if you say stay and let us ride you.
I don't see that happening.
Yeah, Lachlan. I mean, if a short fella came up to you and asked you whether if he could ride you on your back, would you let him?
Maybe.
Not unless he gave you something.
No, that's not true. I mean, if he was a good talker, we could talk about interesting things.
Yeah, that makes sense. Perhaps next time we encounter one of these creatures, we could try that.
Maybe if we find a baby as we're leaving or something.
I don't know. If I were its parents, I would be very, very angry if strangers try to ride
See, you're
on the back of my baby.
You're getting it now.
Yep. Tulak doesn't like try to follow them or anything crazy.
Okay, yeah, I mean, they're pretty big and they were going through the woods, so it would be fairly easy for you too. But yeah, of course, they don't really turn around unless you pursue them. So they move off into the woods, the jungle as it would be. So yeah, what do you guys want to do? What is your plan as the what is it, 22nd day? As the 21st day of the 10th month of the 9th year is wrapping up.
What do you think, Captain?
It's foggy.
Well, you guys talked to the girl, right? What did she say?
Oh yeah, the letter.
Well,
But that was. Well, go ahead.
Mojan, or whatever his name is, Mojan, wrote the letter, and he can't be trusted.
Okay, so you're saying that
But didn't she whisper something in your ear?
She did. She said that Mojan has changed. He's been entranced by the priest to worship Yig.
and we should take her home. Is that
She
what
did
she
say they
said
were-
then too?
She did say that they were, she's not sure, but somehow they're keeping the people there. I don't think she's there by her own free will, from what she said, and by her demeanor.
She's been entranced by, or I'm sorry, the high priest has been entranced by the.
No, the village, the Mojan, not the high priest. That's Clang. Mojan has been entranced by the high priest.
Mojan's been entranced by playing cut it.
Yeah, and then she was going to say something about those who blaspheme, but the guys
Right.
came,
So
and we know
Clank,
what happens anyway to those who blaspheme. At least we know part of it.
so
we
Clang
need,
is a snake man.
do we need to get her then?
Perhaps.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think we need to figure out what's going on inside that pyramid.
I think we need to kill Clang. I can't
Well-
allow a snake man to corrupt this area.
Well,
And obviously, he has to be a snake man. Otherwise, he wouldn't be able to control snakes to attack us like that. Because snakes, normally, like they use their venom to kill things to eat.
yeah,
They don't
but
want to attack people.
far from me to be the voice of reason here, but I think we were here to get the girl. right?
Well, and originally we came here for the feathered crown, right?
Oh yeah, that sorceress thing.
Feather
Mhm.
Crown. I heard of that before. That's one of the reasons why my party came down here.
You heard the legend as well?
Yes, while we were wandering around the other island, we heard about the legend.
Well, I mean, you know, I've always heard that snake men like feathered crowns. I'm just saying. And we got to kill that snake man before we leave. So,
Well, I was thinking, what if we just grab the girl first? We get
and
her
leave
home.
her out in the middle of the forest all on her own.
No, we go back. We tell the big guy what's going on. We come back with a couple more ships, a few more men. He knows that, these snake men or whatever are, evil and disgusting and are, have captured the colonists. Then I think we've kind of done it. Then we can hunt for the crown after that.
hmm hmm Yeah. So here's my idea: we go kill the snake man, and then we do the rest of what you just said. Only we can search for the feather crown after we kill the snake man.
What makes
I
you
mean,
think
once we
he's a
kill the
snake
snake
man?
man, the rest of the village should just kind of fall in line,
What do you
and all
have
the
against
snakes will be
snake man?
free. Hey, like, did you not hear how the snakes attacked us? As a ranger, do you not find that odd that three snakes would just come up and attack us, as humans, for like no reason at all?
Yeah, they probably let loose these snakes upon you. So
Yeah.
they're obviously trying to kill you.
Exactly.
Well,
And
snakes
if
attack
they
in
are,
herds.
But have you seen
no,
the
they do
size of
not.
that dinosaur? One of the guards were riding it, and
I might be able to take care of that.
Okay, well, I want to ride that dinosaur then.
I just want to survive this.
If we're going to do this, I'm going to end up riding that dinosaur. That's all I'm saying.
hmm I might
Well,
be able to help with that.
I'm with Lachlan in this. If you're here with a specific mission to rescue the headman's daughter, then that may be the wisest course of action. We could just simply
See?
steal her away, and exactly like Lachlan said, I mean, he's very wise to suggest such a thing. You could go
No,
bring her the
We do.
daughter.
If
you
we
will.
do that, they're
You
gonna
will
know that it
never
was
use
us.
Wise and Lachlan in the same sentence again.
If we walk in there and we get caught, they'll know that it's us anyway. And to try to breach a religious compound like this, have you seen the size of that, pyramid and all the number of guards that we have to deal with?
Yeah, we need
What?
numbers.
And
I
he brings his hand down and makes it a little pyramid, and he says, "One does not just walk into a place like that and
I know, but I was
slay
going to
a
try
snake
to go
man."
and witness a ceremony and see if I could get some
Yeah.
idea of what's
Now,
happening.
I'm not going to let you go into a place where they are charming people without weapons, Panesta.
Well, I do have a anti-charm amulet.
What?
Yes, this brain around my neck. It protects me against charm and other forms of mind control.
Yeah, that's just what you think. I mean, it's just, it's that sorcery crap again.
I bought something like that for 5 gold pieces back in Chromarium. Didn't work.
Exactly.
Well, I found
The
mine
only
in a
thing it does
shaded
is it
banner
makes you
inhabited
think
by
that
weird
way.
elemental charcoal men. And mine glowed in a magic mirror, so I'm pretty sure that it's the real deal.
What is it with everybody in sorcery around here?
It can come in handy, my fierce friend.
Yeah,
Like how Austria talked to the reptiles earlier.
yeah, no, that was the gods. That wasn't sorcery. Right.
Lachlan,
Estrella.
Lachlan, I'm gonna force you to eat a berry.
No. See? I mean, she's going to agree with me. It wasn't sorcery. It was a gift of the gods. Now, if you guys want to claim the gifts of the gods for yourselves, then that's strange fire. That's sorcery.
Well, my powers are not sorcery, they are gifts from nature.
Well, my saviors, you're the ones that saved my life earlier, not too long ago. So I would do whatever that you choose. But
I was
yeah, what's the
I was
plan?
thinking that I could go in there and Estrella, you don't fight with weapons most of the time, correct? So I could take you with me. Just in case.
That is correct. Only when I use a bow. I do have daggers, but I only keep those with me to throw them. But I can leave those behind as well.
I just have a question because they're going to want, you can't go around talking about Apollo in there. They're really kind of one track minded when it comes to their god. Yeah, you have to kind of be a yig guy when you're, or lady, when you're in there.
Well, and she kind of looks down at her dress, which is, you know, basically just what you see in the picture there. It's a chest wrap and then a shoulder shawl,
Yep.
and then a wrap around her waist and basic just sandaled feet. And she says, "I can always just go as your," and then make air quotes and go, "servant."
Yeah, when I
The-
went in,
the-
I
the-
just
the
pretended to
pirate?
not even speak Lemurian.
The pirate that you thought was dead that got cut in half, he lifts his head up and he goes, "Aha!" And he dies. And then he dies.
Oh, shut up!
But if everybody thinks it's a bad idea,
No, I mean, like, I'm much more comfortable with you going so long as you take, you know, Australia with you. I mean, I just don't want you going by yourself for sure.
I'll go with
Um,
you too.
well, you'd have to leave your weapons behind, Lachlan.
That's fine.
What will you do though? Are you
Uh,
going in there to kill? Or are you
No,
going in
I'm
there to
not. I'm just
steal?
going in there to witness.
Okay, I'm not that stupid. I'm not just going to go in there. It's going to end me up on a crucifix on the wall. Nope.
yeah.
If you
Well,
go
like
in there to witness, what are you expecting? These are the people that tried to kill you by releasing poisonous snake upon you. They don't care about your safety.
Technically, they're venomous snakes. Just
Well, and if it gets us closer to this feather crown or whatever, I don't know. I'm kind of, if we're not going to do the long-term plan, let's get this going then. Let's I mean, crap. I'll tattoo a snake on my chest if that's going to help.
Purge my body of venom too, by the way.
I do have a snake tattoo, actually, Lachlan, but you'll never see it.
What?
Um,
It's pretty common.
Yeah, you get a double take on that.
I did get a tattoo carousing, so that makes
I was about to say, there's no telling where you have tattoos, as much as you've lost at carousing.
Yeah. Well, and it actually rolled well, right? So it's a great tattoo too.
It's
a
an
good one.
amazing, yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An
Oh, you weren't
amazing
just
snake
kidding
tattoo.
around.
Yep.
You weren't just kidding around.
No.
Oh
No.
shit!
Yeah,
That's awesome.
yeah. Because if she had rolled low, it would have been like a terrible one, something spelt wrong. But no, it was an amazing one. So
It was an amazing one. Yep.
Well,
yeah,
see,
you don't spend 5,000 gold pieces of carousing and not get something out of it.
exactly. That's
But
an
I mean, if you
awesome
guys, if you all
tattoo,
think this is a bad plan, I just think we should know what we're dealing with, and because I don't know how we're going to just get the girl. I don't even know if
The
I
only
mean,
I think we just sneak in there.
I mean,
and
I
take
can
her.
go in. I can. I'm sure they'd at least let me take my staff.
yeah, they're gonna be. Mojan's gonna be on the lookout for someone trying to do just
And
that.
I
Yeah, but
wouldn't.
Look
I
at how
wouldn't mi-
foggy it was today.
I
I
wouldn't
wish I could
mind.
turn myself into a bird or a rat or something and just sneak in there and see what's happening.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I mean, we were running and because of the fog, I mean, we got all the way to the center of the village
Wait,
before they
Ranger.
even stopped us.
Ranger, what did you say?
What? I wish I were a bird or a rat or something. If I were a sorcerer, then I could probably turn myself into these animals and sneak in there to speak with that woman and find out what she.
Yeah,
wanted to-
I totally couldn't transform myself into an animal and do that like I transformed myself into a monkey yesterday. I can't do that at all.
What? Did you say you transformed yourself into a monkey?
Yes.
And
Yeah.
then he pulls out that monkey arm that he was eating, from his pouch. It says, "Ugh," and he drops it on the floor.
I mean, yeah, I wish I had thought about that earlier. Ranger has a good idea. I'm just saying, I can't actually do that. I can't actually transform myself into a small animal.
Well, and Panesta, if you feel okay to go by yourself, I suppose I don't have to be there, but I'm just saying.
Well, she's not going to be by herself. I'll be with her. And to be quite frank,
Yeah. Okay.
Not
What have you
weapons.
done so far that I've seen? You've guarded skulls and you've talked with dinosaurs.
Actually, she
mean-
killed a bunch of the pirates.
Yeah, I was gonna say she
By
didn't steal
the-
your kills.
I've never seen anyone talk with a
bit.
dinosaur before.
I killed a bunch of them with my bare hands. Something
Yes,
that
she
you
did.
can do.
And Tulog's eyes, they stray down, and they're affixed at Astrea's abs, and he looks very, very impressed.
Who knocked out the pirate with one shot?
So, Sorka,
Hey.
I mean,
Two pirates
said
with
Mom
one
May.
shot.
so Panesta, do you want me to turn myself into a snake for you? You can walk in there with a snake around your neck and just act like you're all part of the ceremony. And I will be a snake.
I don't know, because they were saying that the snakes were coming up to the camp, even though you should be keeping them away. So I can't decide.
I mean,
Certainly you
but
could come in as a
I mean,
mouse.
like if you had a snake, that would be to them a sign that that you could be like, this snake came to me and it was friendly, and it was a sign to me that I should come and worship with Yig.
But they told me I could just come watch as long as I left my weapons behind. I
Right,
already
I'm-
got us kind of,
I'm
yeah.
trying to give you a reason that you would go there. Like, you've already declined their service twice, but if a friendly snake were to come to you and sit with you, and you were to be like, that is why I've come here, because this friendly snake came. This snake came and befriended me. So it was a sign that I should come and I should watch the services of Yig.
Friendlies.
And that would also give me a reason to be, and then I would also be with you. And also, I guess, someone else. If we chose someone else, Austria. That way there could be at least 3 of us there. And you'd be more protected than.
Yeah, me and Tuvok
And-
over here.
And
We could sneak around the outside.
while
Tuvok.
while I'm transformed, I can continue to have my weapons. So if need be and I change back, I can lend you a weapon. Just hand me your boomerang and I'll transform with it. And when I transform back, I can hand it back to you.
Okay. All right. Sounds all right.
By the way, Lachlan, my name's Tulog.
But I am going to take my blade
It's
hilt
Tulok.
with me. It's just the
Okay.
hilt of a blade. They won't have any problem with that.
Just tell them that it's a keepsake from an old friend.
That's what I will say.
My understanding is that's not a lie.
It's not a lie. That's correct.
And Sorka will take the boomerang and put it away, and she will transform herself into a
Well-
snake.
Well, I think it's nighttime right now, right? I'm gonna go
Oh.
during the day. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's well, I mean, you
good.
would
Yeah,
know.
let me recover my spells.
Actually,
I mean, I don't know what time it is actually.
yeah, it's not. You don't recover your spells now. It's not. Night has not passed.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, it doesn't work like that, my dear. Yeah, You would actually know that. I'm just looking at the moon. Typically, these yig ceremonies happen under the moon, so they actually happen at night.
Okay.
But currently we are in a new moon, so there's no moon tonight at all. So it wouldn't be tonight. It would be, well, it would be tomorrow at least, because it would be nothing on the new moon. And actually, you also know that tomorrow is the 22nd day of the 10th month of the 9th year. And you know what that means? It means music, yes.
It's
What that means
Schitt's Creek.
it's the beginning of Plutonia. That's right. The festival of Plutonia begins tomorrow.
Is that that
Uh,
festival like we first had when we came in?
no,
No, that was like a fire
you
one.
wish. Yeah. No, this is not the sexy festival. This is it's kind of like a festival of death.
Of course it is.
It is.
Pluto?
This is the somber festival. Commemorates death, darkness, and the all-consuming void. The mysteries of the unseen planet Yuggoth, and the woeful arrival of Yug. It is marked by parades in which the marchers are garbed in black, their faces stained with soot. 2 stylized silver jackal masks are worn by the clergy. Torches are borne, chants are droned. Flagellation is also observed. It's also good. So yeah, there's going to be some festival activity going on. You would imagine. There's also ritual fasting and sleeplessness, so people don't sleep. On the day of the twin tonality. Oh, hold on. Twin tonality. Let's check that. So that would actually be. Okay, so that's not till the 25th that everybody stays up overnight that night. But anyways, you would know that there's nothing tonight. It would be tomorrow at the earliest that they would be celebrating. And actually, that makes sense because the first day of the week, which is Sunday is the worship day. So yeah, you wouldn't go tonight. You go tomorrow. You could talk to them tomorrow, but it would be the ceremony itself would probably be at night. You would imagine. So let's see if anything happens tonight. I'm assuming you guys are going to do watches and stuff, right? Anything special you want to do besides sit and wait for your imminent death?
Tulok is gonna pray to Ithaqua, the deity of Arctic winds, doom, ill fate, hopelessness, and lost travelers, and misbegotten fools. And he says,
Nice.
My God, Ithaqua, not today, not tomorrow.
Nice.
I want
sounds
to. That's awesome.
Amen to
I want to
that.
talk to Tulak. If he's from Lang, I want to ask him if he knows any men of Lang. Because
Yeah.
they're one of the ways I can learn spells.
That's right. That's how you get spells, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, he might. Do you know any men of Lang there, Tulak?
You seen any of the strange satyr-like creatures they call men of Lang? Tulak?
Have I?
Have you? If you want to, yeah, sure.
Yes,
from
I
there.
have.
Well, if
I mean,
we
you haven't
ever
seen
get...
Tulak without any pants. You could be one.
Do you have hooves?
No.
I would just say, oh, I would
No,
love
Tulok
to
looks
travel
at
with
you
you.
and says, "Now that's racist."
I would just say, one day I would like to travel with you back to the plains of Lang and perhaps learn from one of these strange men.
You know, Panas, the plains of Lang aren't for the frail. The place that I'm from, it's colder than you can imagine, and there aren't any food that you could easily find. You have to be disciplined enough and willing to do what it takes to survive.
Well, it's a good thing I'm not frail then.
Yes. Well, perhaps after we return to our lands, let us travel together then.
And I shall join you because I would also be interested in meeting with these people and also seeing Arctic lands.
I would
There must
love
be
to go back.
fascinating creatures in the Arctic.
Yes, I would love to go back to my homeland.
Yeah. Well, never
Thank
know.
you.
Could be where you end up. You probably want to get there before the winter, that's for sure. but the winter doesn't start until halfway through year 11, so you got time. All right, cool. So let's do this. Let's see if anything exciting happens. Go ahead, Dickie, and roll me a d6.
All right. 4.
All right. Well, Vanessa's guard shift goes swimmingly. How about our monk, Archaea? Astrea. I always call you Archaea. It's gonna be one of those things like Crystal's character where she had to change her name because I just kept saying it wrong. Astrea, Rush, roll a d6 for me.
Okay.
Stray from Arcadia.
Mike's from Arcadia. I keep thinking Arcadia. Yeah.
I got a 4.
Oh, another 4. Oh wow, 3 4s will be a problem for you guys. No, I'm just making that up. All right. How about Lackland on your shift? Anything exciting happening?
A 2.
2. Nope, nothing. How about our ranger? Roll a d6.
I've been rolling a whole lot of ones tonight. Man. I got a 1.
Yes, perfect. I knew I could count on you, Young. Roll 3d6 for me. I mean, somebody had to do it.
All right, what is that? It's 13.
3d6. 13. Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that is a good one, actually. Roll a d6 to see how many.
5.
And go ahead and roll a d6 to see if you're surprised.
Again, for here, it's -1 on d6
Yep.
surprise roll.
Right, so you will be surprised on a 1 then, basically.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I rolled
What'd you
5.
get? Okay, so you're not. But they're better chance of being surprised, right? So roll to see if they're surprised. So roll a d6. I guess 1 through 3, they'd be surprised.
2.
Oh yeah, they're actually surprised. So you see these things; they don't actually know you're there because I guess the rest of the party is well camouflaged by by your rangering skills, and you're just kind of sitting there very quietly. And you see creeping through the tent, the tent. They're in your tent. No, they're in the thing. A small pack, almost gathered like you might see a wolf pack, but these are these lizard creatures. They're about 6 foot long total, but they're only about 3 feet tall. The rest of them are the tail. They seem to be. You can tell that they're very. You can tell they're predators. I mean, you're a ranger, you would know that. They got like little arms, and they're kind of moving forward, like sniffing around the camp, but they don't see you because you're kind of on duty. They smell the death, since you killed a guy there. There's blood, and also this head's hanging from the tree. But they don't. They don't see you, so you'll get a free round to do something before they can do anything. They're described as roughly ostrich-like in appearance, but lupine in temperament. So that's kind of how it's described.
Okay.
Oh, actually, they have an increased chance of surprising too. It doesn't matter. That's funny. I just saw that. But in any case, they don't see you, so they're actually walking through the camp. You can see that they're probably going to try to attack one of your sleeping friends, because But you get
Tulok's
you get a move. Yeah.
Tulok's hiding in the bushes and observing these creatures approach, and slowly he grabs his trusty net
Oh, nice.
that he has treasured for a long time.
Okay.
And he is going to, if they're within like 10 feet, he's going to try and, throw them so that he would catch, at least one of them.
Okay. Well, let's do this. Roll a d6 to see how many are close together, because I said they were moving in a pack. So
5.
5, and there's only 5 of them. So yeah, they're all really close together. Like maybe they're gathering together to. Okay, so now roll randomly to see which character they're around that they're about to attack, because they'd only be that close if they're about to jump on something.
Is it
So that's a
1d6?
1, 2. No, there's 4 of you.
1d4?
Yep.
I got 1.
Nice. Oh, Panesta. So you see them like they seem to snip up Panesta, and they all start charging towards, and you see them assemble and go ahead and throw your net. Their armor class is 7.
All right. I have programmed it in here. Here we go. Attack mod. That's a throwing weapon. but no bonus from there. There we go.
Oh no. Yeah, you throw it. They all like duck down at once, and you throw the net. And it goes. It lands in a bush, and they
And
look
at the same time, he yells, "Ambush!"
Okay, yeah, you could yell. You could yell. Maybe that's why you miss, because you yell at the same time, and they like, they all stick their heads up like, like the velociraptors in Jurassic Park. Because now they see you.
We're under attack.
Okay. All right, good. So before we roll initiative, let's they don't get to attack because they were surprised that run. So let's go through. So Panessa, you open your eyes and you see right above you, circling around you, 5 of these like large lizards. What would you like to do?
Well, I'd like to grab for my sword. I figure I had it next to me, but not with me. So
Yeah, one would imagine. Anyway, you wouldn't obviously have it on your. You wouldn't be wearing a scabbard if you were sleeping, but I'm sure you sleep with your sword next to you. Yes.
Yep.
So you can definitely draw your sword and attack. It'll just be the second phase probably. How about God? See, now I won't say your name right because I joked about it. As soon as I joke about it, I always screwed up. Estrella, what would you like to do? You open your eyes and you see that there's these creatures gathered around Podesta. Estrella has taken a
You're
vow of
muted.
silence.
You're muted, Rush.
Yeah, I got it. Takes a minute to click back over. I'm gonna, seeing what's going on, immediately leap to my feet and just I don't really recognize these creatures, so I don't know if they're like the last ones. So I'm basically going to run over toward them, like waving my arms again, going,
You can try to scare them
"Yeah!"
off.
You know?
Okay.
Say
So
what?
you're gonna try to intimidate them.
Yeah, pretty much. Try and scare
Okay.
them off.
Fair enough. How about Lachlan?
Grabbing my trusty hand axe and throwing.
Nice. How about Tupac?
Two luck, Shakur. Shooting arrow.
Okay.
Shooting an arrow.
And Sorka.
Sorka is going to use her her quarterstaff, but she's going to attempt non-lethal damage.
Okay. So again, you'll do half normal damage. That's going to be the rule, even when you attempt that, because honestly, it's not easy to control how hard you hit somebody. So half the damage you do will be lethal. So yeah, let's roll initiative. Go ahead, Rush, and roll this time.
Okay.
They got a 1. So you're probably gonna go first.
Got a what?
They got a 1, so you're probably going to go first, unless.
Yeah, well, I got a 1 too, but my dexterity is really.
What is it?
My dexterity is, scroll back up, 17.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, these guys are pretty dexy compared to other things you've normally fought, but they're not that dexy. Yeah. So you got to go first. So let's see. Malay goes first. Since you're using your sword, Podesta, you're gonna have to draw it this round. So this is the first phase, so you're not gonna be able to attack yet. But somebody using their fists, like our monk, can attack this round if she'd like. This first phase, I should say. So go for it. Okay. Australia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I can't stop. Yes. Oh, that's right. You're running forward to yell. So let me have them make a little object.
I'm trying to
You're
scare
pretty
them.
You're pretty imposing.
No one shall break held.
No, exactly. They look like about half of them turn towards you, and they go, that kind of thing.
So
And you see they open their mouths really wide. There's like rows of teeth inside.
Yeah, so she just balls up her fist and is like, "Oh shit!"
All right. So I mean, you can in second phase you can punch him in the face. So if you want to change your.
Yeah, I knew I wasn't going to get to hit him this time. That's just like her
Yeah, yeah.
reaction. Oh god!
Yeah, of course. Yeah, but I mean, you won't lose the whole round though, because I mean, you can obviously you don't have to prepare a weapon, so you can definitely punch them. It just probably catches you off guard. Okay, then we're gonna go into. Oh, you're doing a quarterstaff, right? So that's another melee. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, you got to pick that up and get it prepared anyway. It's a weapon, so you're going to go second phase as well. It's the same thing with Lachlan, because you guys don't have your weapons out. You're sleeping. The only person who can actually attack with the weapon this first phase is going to be our ranger. So
All right. So he's got 2 attacks with the bow.
nice. Are you
The
going to
bow.
spread them out, or are you going to hit one creature with both?
I'm gonna spread them out.
Okay.
1, and then another one here.
They both hit, and they both do damage, but neither creature goes down.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, you stab the arrows into them, and they. All right. So they definitely see you as. I mean, now everybody's up and moving. So, well, I guess except for Lachlan, who's probably still laying in bed because he's looking for his hand axe. He was going to throw it. So I think pretty much anybody is a target. But Panesta's gonna. So 2. I'm going to give 2 options. Two of them are going to attack Panesta because she's right there, and then the other ones are going to spread out and head towards the other people. So, all right, so these guys get a lot of attacks. All right, so claw, bite. So here we go. What's your AC, Panesta?
5.
5. Okay, they need a 13 to hit you. So natural 1. Go ahead and roll a d12 to see what happens to this thing.
Okay. 7.
7. Stumble. Let me just read what that says. Awkward stumble. One adjacent enemy, if critical, gets a free attack. That will be you. You're the one there. No further attacks possible for the rest of the round. So he loses his extra attacks. You will get an extra attack because he stumbled.
Okay.
I guess you just get it right now. So you probably just pull your sword out when it reaches for you, and you are able to hit it. So go ahead and make a lawyer attack anyway.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's gonna hit it. 17 on the dice is a -1 in the thing, or -3 actually with my plus. Yeah. Okay.
You know, roll a d6 to see which one this is, because since I didn't really decide.
A D6. Okay.
Yeah.
A 4. Another 4. Goodness.
Okay, so it's this one, and then roll another d6 for the other one that's on you, just so I know.
Okay. A 1.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. So one of the ones on you is the one that they shot with the bow, but it's not this one. So go ahead and make what's your damage on that guy?
Damage on that guy is 10.
Wow. Okay, no, you cut it in half. Yeah, it stumbles forward, and you just bring your blade up and kind of have to clean off, which is pretty epic. and not the other one that's there is probably like, what the fuck? All right, so the other one is still attacking you though, because it's all happening simultaneously. So, unfortunately, he gets you with the claw. Misses with the second claw. Ooh, it hits you with the bite. Okay, so the other one is digging into you. As you pull your sword up, it goes behind you and scratches your back and then bites you in the shoulder. And not like scratching your back in like a nice way. All right, so the... Hold on 1 second, because they have a special... No, that's a crocodile. That's a special thing. Okay, so just have a regular. All right, so 3 and 3. So 6 points of damage total to you.
Okay.
That was the one that got shot with an arrow. Okay, so then there's one that is going to go after the monk who was not intimidated, unfortunately. It charges forward. Ooh, what's your AC? You're pretty easy to hit, I think. Rush.
My AC?
Yep.
Okay. 7.
7. Oh, you're not that easy to hit. Okay, 11. That does hit you though. Okay, hits with the first claw. Ooh, okay, so you same deal. You get hit with 1 claw and 1 bite. For a total of 6 points of damage. That's the one on you. Actually, I'll just do this. Okay. So that's actually the one on her. Okay. That's not one that has an arrow in it. And then we got one that's on the ranger that runs towards you, even though you're firing arrows at it. Misses. Your AC is 7?
No, my AC is 5.
Oh, nice. It needs a 13 to hit you, so that hits with the claw. And an 18, so it hits you twice. Why? It's 1 claw, 1 bite on all these guys.
Thanks.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage that time, though. That's 8 points.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, this one runs at you. And then finally, Sorka, you're charging forward with your staff. And claw miss. Claw miss. Oh. Again. Natural 1 with the bite. Go ahead and roll to see what happens with this guy's natural 1.
Okay. 4.
Nice. 4 is bad miss.
Okay.
Bad miss, embarrassing attack, but nothing else. It's okay. So it was its last attack anyway, so it just misses you terribly. It actually misses you all 3 times terribly, so you're in a good spot. I'm just rolling back around. We're going back to melee again. So Nesta, this is phase 2. You can make your attack on the other one that's on you. This one has an arrow in it.
Okay. Yep, I'll just try to slice it up. Let's see. Armor class. 3. So yeah, that's
Oh, yeah.
Or 7 points of damage.
Oh man, okay, yeah. You cut into this thing, and it like, again, you cut like you think the head's gonna come off, but you like hit like a tough scale, and your sword kind of comes through, and you can see it bleeding profusely, but still somehow standing.
Okay.
It's like wobbling on its feet. Now you may punch this in the face, my mighty monk there, Rush. Estrella.
All right, so I rolled a 13, which for me hits AC 2
Well, it definitely hits you.
for 7 points of damage.
All right. You clock this thing, and it like stumbles back. It does not go down. It's still up, but it's very, very hurt. Then we've got our ranger. You haven't gone this round because that was a surprise round, so you get your shots with your bow.
So
Are you spreading
I'm
them
gonna-
out, or are you going to target the one that's on? Well, you can't shoot the one that's on you because it's too close. Well, I guess you can back up, I guess.
Yeah, he's gonna do like a half movement back up and fire twice at the one that he's being one that's attacking him.
Okay. I'm going to say you're still going to have a penalty of -2 because it's going to follow you, because it can follow you when you half move.
Sure.
Because it hasn't really moved its full move yet. So you'll have a penalty of -2, but you can do that.
Okay, attack modifier -2. Gotcha. Here we go. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay. It doesn't kill it. Hold on. You got 2 attacks. Wait, hold on. Is that no? Right?
No, did I just do 3 attacks here?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. You just did 3.
Yeah.
No, the
You did 2 during the surprise round, so you get 3 this time, right? Because you do 2, 3. Or
is
do
it
you
2,
do?
3?
No,
I think
that's
it's
not how
just
2, 3 works.
I think
Are
the
you doing
last
3
one.
too?
I
I'm
think
sorry.
the last one that I clicked was by mistake. I only heard
Okay.
one beeping noise. So first 2
All right,
are
perfect.
the
AC 0, AC 7. So those both hit, and that's enough damage to kill it. Yep.
Okay.
Nice. No, that's not how 3-2 works. And he gets
Yeah, I
2
was
every round because he's a master.
in my
Yeah.
head.
No, I know. Yeah, he gets 2 shots every round because he's a bow master, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Nice. Yeah, you back up and you're just like, oh, hold on. Well, it doesn't matter. You hit it anyways. You're a master with the bow, right?
Yes.
So you have point blank range.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can actually shoot when it's really close to you.
Okay.
Yeah, so you shouldn't have that penalty. So it doesn't matter if you hit it anyways.
Yes.
But you can shoot like when it's like 6 feet away from you. So within melee range, you can just step back and still shoot it.
Awesome.
Yeah. I think you're the first bowmaster we've had, or at least the first one that I realized somebody had was bowmaster. And then Sorka, you've got one on you that's uninjured. It did embarrass itself in front of its peers, but otherwise it's uninjured.
And this is the second phase, right?
That's
during
correct.
during the first phase, did Sorka notice the thing hiss at Astria?
I'm sure you did, yeah.
Okay, then she's gonna choose to not hold her punches then, and she's just gonna whack this thing.
Okay. Yeah, I mean they're clearly predators.
Also, I want to remind you real quick that while I have a quarterstaff in both hands, I get a +1 AC bonus.
Oh, nice. Okay.
AC 2 for 4 damage.
Nice. Yeah, you whack it hard. It's still pretty strong, but it's phased. It's not like you did nothing to it. So as we wrap up the round, Panessa, you've got one on you that's bleeding out, basically, but still kind of capable of attacking. There's one on Estrella. Estrella, right? Is that right? That's hurt pretty badly, and one on Sorka that's hurt. Not terribly, but hurt. And we come into the next round. So what does everybody want to do? Panesta, what's your plan?
Melee. Try to finish it
Okay.
off.
How about Estrella?
Sorry, had to mute myself again because of the dogs. Yeah, I'm gonna keep on. I'm gonna keep on swinging.
You're gonna keep punching the dinosaur in the face?
Yes.
Oh, you know what? I skipped Lachlan. He could have thrown his weapon at the end of that last round. Go ahead and throw your axe if you'd like, Lachlan. That was your plan, unless you want to not do that. And which one do you want to throw it at? There's one on Podesta, one on Estrella, and one on Sorka.
Which one's closest?
The one on Sorka.
One on Sorka?
Yep.
Yeah, that's 17 to hit.
Yeah, I'm sure that hits.
Yeah, it goes to a -1.
Yeah. Give me some damage.
And that is 9 points of damage.
Oh, that kills it. All right, so Sorka whacks the thing with the quarterstaff. It steps back, and an axe plants in the back of its head, and it falls over. Okay. So again, back at the top, Panessa, you're going to fight the one that's on you. Estrella, you're going to fight the one that's on you. What would you like to do this round, Lachlan? You threw your axe. There's still 2 active dinos.
I'm going to throw my other hand axe.
Okay. Nice. How about our ranger there? Tulok.
Tulak is gonna throw down his bow and grab his two-handed sword and approach and attack the nearest one that he sees.
Okay. You can do that. You'll just go at the second phase, even if you win initiative, because you'll just switch weapons.
Sure.
And how about Sorka?
Sorka's surprised by her strength, and she'll move up and attack the one on Panesta.
Nice. All right. Who's rolling initiative there? It was Rush, right? Fine. Roll initiative for me. They got 2.
I got a 1 again.
Oh, nice. They're going to go first. However, oh, actually, okay. I did it backwards. I did it wrong the first round, so I'm going to count it now. They bug out. Actually, if you roll over for morale, they run. I always get that wrong for some reason. So they should have failed the first round and run. You should have intimidated them. I took away your intimidation. I'm sorry, Rush. Now they just realize, they're like, oh shit, this woman yelled at us. And they run.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going to bug out. I mean, if somebody wants to try to swipe at them as they're running, you certainly can try, but they're not going to attack. They're running.
I'm good. He bit me pretty hard.
Sorka will not.
How about Panesta? You got the one right above you. You want to attack that? It's running.
Sure.
Okay.
Bite me.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna bite
Yeah.
you right back.
I got a -5.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It only has 1 hit point. You can tell me how you kill it as it tries to turn tail and run.
Oh yeah, no, I just slice it in half with my sword as it tries to go away.
Yeah. Yeah, it was probably going to like run off and die, you would imagine anyways, but you put it out of its misery. So, that, that way the druid won't be sad. You're not punching yours, right, Estrella, you said? Did Lachlan want to throw his axe at the one as it runs away?
Of
Or
course.
you guys? Okay. Lachlan's not letting anything go away without dying.
Exactly. That is to a -3.
Oh, that definitely hits.
Lachlan's gonna be like, maybe we can get gold for these too, and start putting their head on pikes.
It's 8 points.
That's enough. Yeah, it turns tail to run from the monk, and you drop it with the hand axe. You probably could eat these actually.
Yep.
I would imagine. There's a lot of them too. So you killed 5 Caloris.
Jerk 'em.
Nice.
All right, yeah, they're dead. And
Are they all dead?
shit. Yeah,
Oh, cool. Nice.
every one of them. Yeah, you drop your bow to pull your sword, and you see as the last one starts to run towards you, like going to run away, and it like, and you see an axe
Nice.
stuck in it.
Yeah, Tulak walks over and picks out pulls out the axe and hands it over to Lachlan and says, I don't think we have to worry about food for the next month or so.
Yeah,
That is a lot of food.
I know.
Sorka is gonna start praying over the bodies of these animals. She's gonna pray to Yunde to let the spirits of these animals return to the forest and to allow the circle of life to continue.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, you do. You're doing that, and then it cuts to the barbarian like mincing them.
I was gonna say, yeah, I'm turning them into jerky. So
It's like getting the fire up, and he's putting some wet leaves on it, so it starts to smoke. And he's, nice. All right, yeah. So as the you kind of, we'll say that was at the end of the night, and this battle happens, and you're kind of recovering, and you can actually see the sun starting to crest. The fog is lifted now. It's still pretty warm as we come into the first day of the holiday. It's still going to be warm today, but you see some clouds in the sky, so it's not quite as bright and sunny as it has been. Yesterday it was foggy, but with sun. Today it's cloudy.
Am I able to recover the arrows from these animals?
No, I'll say if you hit them with the arrow, it probably broke when they fell over dead.
Okay.
And I think this is a good place to leave it as we come into the ceremony. So that way I'll force you guys to convince Brighild to go next time. Unless you want to go in there now before Tony comes back.
and force her to come with us.
That's right. You'll have to report back to Brighild and see to Tony and see if Brighild will decide to go inside or not. But yeah, I mean, you're not trying to do anything. You just want to see the ceremony, right? That's the plan. So, any parting words before we cut off tonight?
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, I am the bowmaster.
Nice. Okay.
Tulok.
Make sure you check our store for merchandise. Oh wait, we don't have all that yet.
Yeah, Tulok, my character, he says as he's skinning these animals, Yithaka, the god of the lost travelers and misbegotten fools, thank you for bringing us these misbegotten fools. And then he just digs in.
Nice. Well, I'll say now too, so we don't forget. Anybody that was injured, you basically got a night's rest, so you can heal. Well, actually, unless you were just injured in this combat, because obviously that'd be new.
I was.
Yeah,
So-
anybody that was, I know Panesta was injured from earlier. Was that the only person that was injured?
So what I was going to do is I figured it's pretty
Heal
close.
up a little bit.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I assumed it was pretty close to like the end of the night, morning time, correct?
Yeah, it's officially the next day as far as like anything like spell use or whatever.
So, Australia would just kind of stand there for a moment with this big gash in her arm where this bird bit her. It actually bit me pretty good and you'll see her just kind of look down at her arm for a minute and just kind of rub her hands together and look at it in pain. And she'll close her eyes and take a deep breath and just kind of exhale really slowly. And as she does, the cuts and the gash from the beak just kind of close themselves up and go away. And she'll just wipe the little blood there was away from her arm. And then she'll kind of flex her hand a little bit to make sure it's okay. And her arm looks fully healed. And then she just kind of looks and just say to everybody in the party, and she'll leave it with, would you all like me to make breakfast?
Nice.
Sorka will say, I just hope that people remember to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell icon for notifications from Bandit's Keep.
Nice. Good to do the marketing. I appreciate it, Crystal. All right, good. Thanks, guys. We'll be back next week and see what happens if we can convince Brighild to go into the temple.